Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Sun Prairie Ice Arena. We're in the second game of the Sun Prairie-sponsored Groundhog Ice Tournament, and Oregon has come out here to take on the Waukesha Wings, an uncommon opponent for them, and we'll see how that turns out. My name is Zach Seeloff, and I'm joined in the booth by the father-son team of Dan and Derek Greatchuck. Great to be here with both of you guys.
Always good to be here, Zach.
How's it going?
It's a good one here. It's always good when it's a night for hockey. We're going to have 3 17-minute periods to decide a winner on Tuesday. Oregon was the winner over their opponents, Monona Grove, in a Badger South Conference battle. Let's talk about that game a little bit. Going into that game, I think we tend to think of Monona Grove as being on the lower tier of the Badger South. There's Madison, Edgewood, and Oregon, and Stoughton sometimes, depending on how their team is doing, and then kind of everybody else. MG really showed us that sort of thinking is becoming more and more outdated. They played Oregon hard. Oregon, to their credit, stuck with it, and they managed to get the game winner in the third period to win 4-3. But it was a close game, a well-fought game.
It really was, and a lot of that came down to, I think, to two factors. One, Monona Grove was definitely playing above their weight class. They played a stellar game, and they really needed to, but they were able to put everything together necessary to make it tough for Oregon. And then I think, to a degree, for Oregon, they came out flat. I think with the realization that their 3-game disqualifications have taken them out of the playoffs, kind of came out there a bit. We now know that Tristan Hughes is no longer on the hockey team. Apparently he's going back to AAA, so I'm thinking he's back in Omaha. So I'm thinking there's a number of things there that kind of mixed in, and those off-ice issues and distractions, I think, had a lot to do with it, but in the end they were able to pull it out.
And with that said, I mean, just in watching warm-ups tonight, we've seen more of a revamped Oregon team. They look like they're excited to be out here. There's a little bit more of a pep in their step. Whereas, even in the warm-ups in Monona Grove, we were noticing some complacency, not fully participating in drills. And, ultimately, Monona Grove kind of got the jump on them with that. But the thing that Oregon did really well in that third period was play their game. They controlled the puck. They killed some power plays. They did a lot. They did a lot of things there. So ultimately, we saw them get the win. But tonight, I think we're going to see a different team.
Absolutely, and then let's look at the team they're taking on tonight. An uncommon opponent, like I said earlier, the Waukesha Wings, coming from the eastern part of the state. Not a team that Oregon encounters very often, and we spoke with one of the Waukesha coaches before the game. He really basically didn't know anything about Oregon coming into this match. Waukesha, though, heck of a team. They've got wins. They defeated Middleton again 4-1, tied Marquette 1-1, then defeated University School 3-1, one of the best teams in the state, defeated Notre Dame 3-2, defeated KMMO 2-0. I mean, this is a solid team, and when you really look at stat breakdown, the big thing you see with the Wings is their goalie, Garrett Larson, 9-4-3 on the season, 443 shots on goal against 423 saves, a 1.2 goals against, 95.5% save percentage with 2 shutouts. Those are monster numbers at any level. Anytime
you have a goaltender like that, that allows your defense to do a number of things. One, they can pinch up, they can activate into the play a lot easier because they know that their goaltender is there to back them up. So anytime you have that kind of goaltending, always going to be a big help. And it seems this team is built around defense. While they are absolutely great at stopping pucks going in, they are allowing a lot of shots, but they're not going in. So you look at how many goals they're getting in a game, and you wonder, when you have a team like Oregon who has a high-powered offense at times, how is that going to match up against a very stingy goaltender that only allows 1.95 goals a game?
I think, you touched on it, of that defense is able to jump into the rush. We're going to see a very aggressive breakout, I think, from Waukesha. But the other thing, too, that I noticed is this is an old team. This is a lot of juniors, a lot of seniors. There's a couple sophomores in there, but I think we're going to see that experience really kind of come through. As far as the goaltender goes, watching him warm up and then watching him just now coming out of the tunnel, very focused. Coming out here, saw him playing with some tennis balls earlier, getting the hands ready, getting ready for a team that is very offensively powerful.
Yeah, this is very much an irresistible force versus immovable object type of battle, which is very interesting for Waukesha. Just in the few moments we had to talk to their coach, he mentioned to us that last year they had Wisconsin's Mr. Hockey over 80 points on the season, which is insanity in a high school season. He graduated. He was a senior last season, so that was the end of his high school career. And now they have just utterly shifted gears from having 80 points from one player to, so far in this season, they have 54 goals total. No points as goals and assists, but nevertheless, 54 goals total after getting 80 points plus from one player. That is a big change year to year.
That shows quite a bit of being able to adapt, of not relying on one player, and that I attribute to coaching. If you can have one player who can come out, score 80 points in a season, that is somebody that you rely on heavily. The fact that they're able to be successful even after he's gone shows something to the coaches, but as well as the amount of confidence that they have in their defense and their goaltending.
Well, and Dan, you were mentioning too, as we look at the assistant coach lineup here, and I'll just read them off. The head coach for the Waukesha Wings is Rajah Aylesworth, and then the assistants are Paul Alatalo, John Bremer, David Kupski, and Dale McFarland. And Paul Alatalo is listed specifically as their goalie coach. Not a lot of high school teams fortunate enough to have a goalie coach in specific, and that's got to be at least part of the reason they're so successful between the pipes.
It is, and you look at their backup goaltender. Granted, he hasn't seen a lot of action, but he hasn't allowed a goal yet. So he's got a 0 goals against. So I'm thinking he played one game. That's kind of what I'm thinking. Was able to pitch a shutout. So when your number one goaltender has a 1.95,
1.2.
1.2, and your backup goaltender has a 0, you feel very comfortable and confident in being able to get those, like Derek said, getting the defensive lines involved, and it also allows you to take more risks should you find yourself in a weird position. Having a goaltending coach is huge.
Yeah, definitely. And, looking back at Oregon, I mean, not bad between the pipes either. I mean,
Nope.
Ayers has been, incredible. I've only gotten to see him to play a couple of games. He wasn't playing last night, getting him ready for tonight. But even just watching him warm ups, very controlled. Knows what he's doing, very controlled in his movements and his positioning. He's a smaller goaltender. He's not huge. So using his angles and the way that he kind of comes over his stance. A lot of goaltenders stand straight up and down. He leans forward, which can kind of screw with the angle a little bit from a forward's perspective.
I'm sorry, Zach. One of the things I've said about Ayers is that, and it sounds like I'm ripping on him, but it's not. He's an unremarkable goaltender. And what I mean by that is he does nothing that stands out other than he's always in the right spot. And because of that, you have that confidence that a lot of teams don't share.
And it's interesting to me that both he and Hunter Newton have had so much success this year in a straight platoon system. Like Coach Yachman previously and now interim head coach Leibert really have not gotten away from the every other game kind of mentality. They don't play Newton in these situations, Ayers in those situations. They just swap them out. And so having half the game time of what a normal starting goalie would have, both of them have produced outstanding seasons.
And that does a couple of things, and it shows a lot in the coaching of Oregon. They're both, I believe, same grade. So
Both juniors.
Yep. So the big thing with that is there is going to be a certain level of competitiveness. You want to be out there. You want to be helping your team. You want to be playing. So alternating goaltenders, when you're confident in both, shows them both that, one, they can do it, and two, they don't have to feel like they have to fight for a spot, which does a lot for the locker room chemistry.
Yeah, absolutely. But right now, the only issue that they may have is penalty trouble, which is something we've talked about since the beginning of the season. It does not appear that Waukesha is a team you want to put on the power play. If they have the ability to control the puck, giving them the opportunity on a power play is going to make your defenders work a heck of a lot harder. They're going to get tired faster. It also puts a lot more pressure on goaltending. And right now, it looks like it's going to be a goaltending kind of match more so than anything else.
Definitely. And one thing, too, is they have a sixth man on the power play. Watching him handle the puck in warm-ups, he is confident. He looks like he would take a shot from the blue line. So the big thing there is Oregon has to be careful with their dumps on the penalty kill because they can have a very quick retaliation. So the big thing there, Oregon said it last game in the third period going in, play smart. They need to do that tonight. They really have to stay out of the box.
And we very much know their PK style is one that favors the forecheck. They'll often dedicate two bodies to the forecheck during the PK, and they'll get down deep. So as you note, a goaltender that can handle the puck confidently means you probably want to drop at least one, if not both of those guys back. Folks, the double Zambonis have gotten the job done here at Sun Prairie very quickly, which gives us a little bit of a time for a break, and then we will be back with the starting lineups and the start of this game. Do not go anywhere. You're watching OCAmedia's presentation of Oregon Panthers boys hockey.
Good evening, hockey fans, and welcome to our second semifinal game of the 18th annual Round Dog Hockey Tournament, sponsored by Hawkins Insurance. Let's meet the starters. First, for the visitors, from Waukesha. In goal, number 31, Garrett Larson. At defense, number 20, Kevin Broda. At the other defense, number 17, Stephen McGonigal. At forward, number 7, Griffin Nickerson. At forward, number 27, Josiah Dietrich. And at forward, number 78, Ben Zorge. And the rest of the Waukesha Wings. Now let's meet the home team, the Panthers from Oregon. In goal, number 30, Jacob Ayers. On defense, number 12, David Shilden. At the other defense, number 3, Ryan Mychek. At center, number 4, Tyler Damon. At forward, number 15, Laszlo Juarez. And at the other wing, number 16, Jake Fountain. And the rest of the Oregon Panthers. Let's play hockey.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Zach Seeloff, Dan, and Derek Greatchuck here in the booth with you. No national anthem tonight, so now that we've got the starters, let's go over them real quick for you. For Oregon, it's number 3, Ryan Mychek, number 4, Tyler Damon, number 12, Gage Shilden, number 15, Laszlo Rose, and number 16, Jake Fountain, with number 30, Jacob Ayers, in net. For Waukesha, number 7, Griffin Nickerson, number 17, Stephen McGonigal, number 20, Kevin Broda, number 27, Josiah Dietrich, number 78, Ben Sorge, and in net, number 31, Garrett Larson. And guys, we had a chance to talk with the backup goalie's mom, Alex Miller. She's filming next to us, getting tape for the Wings. Sounds like it was kind of a surprise that he ended up in the game, but boy, performed great. 2 games, 2 shutouts, 34 stops.
And
Not
the
bad.
first 2 varsity starts. I mean, that's an incredible feat.
Yeah, when you get 2 varsity starts and both of them are a shutout, that's excellent.
Got to be pretty pleased. All right, folks, we're ready to get going. Like I said at the top, 17 minutes per period, 3 periods in the game. And after we're underway here, Tyler Damon swats one all the way in off the faceoff dot. Boy, still trapped down there after a little bit of contact, and the Wings looking to dig it out of their own zone. Tap that one forward to Nickerson, and he sends it along, but it's swatted right back in. And in fact, on net, a weird kind of bouncing shot, but an easy handle for Garrett Larson. Puck to the point, Gage Shilden trying to hold, and Tyler Damon to the blue line as well. It's moved around him by Dietrich. Damon able to lightly tap back in, but it's sent all the way down. Hand is up. This may go for icing. It does. And with 16:28 to go, we'll head down to the Waukesha zone for a faceoff.
Looking at Oregon right off the bat, they seem to have a little bit more pep in their step than they did against Monona Grove, which is a good sign. But also, it looks like Waukesha is going to play a physical game. If Oregon can compete with that, that's great, as long as they stay out of the box from retaliatories.
Absolutely. Full line change for the Panthers at that stoppage. It's Hayden Bell sending in, back off suspension after the disqualification penalty on Saturday. 16:20 to play. The puck's still in the wing zone. They control near side and send all the way along, where it's picked off by Timberlake in the center ice. They'll dump that one back behind the net, where the Wings will take it defensively once again. Good hassle by Tyson Rohrer. He's always on the spot down low trying to get after those pucks. But the puck does come back to the Wings in the person of Chad Larson. Larson into center. It's going to be taken by Timberlake. His shot, a great pad save from Garrett Larson, and knocked to the near wall. Sending all the way across, a good grab and a drop, but unfortunately his teammate didn't see it, and a nice move by Rohrer to keep that one coming forward. Instead, it's taken back away by Garrett Wilderman, sent on net, and Ayers is just going to cover as a little pressure comes.
Watching Garrett down at the other end, he just seems nice and comfortable, seems loose. You see him kind of moving, and one of the things I've talked about in games before, anytime you see a goaltender kind of dancing to the music, which is what he's doing, that's always a good thing.
15:43 to play in this first period. Still scoreless. Face off in the Panthers zone. They do win it. And here comes Gage Shilden with a 3-on-2. He's got Strassman and McCormick across. He'll dump that one in to chase after it. McCormick putting some pressure on, but it does come to the near wall. Tapped out. Nice hold, though, by Ryan Mitchick. Backhands it all the way back in. Strassman wanted to pick that one up behind the net. It's sent by him and up along the near wall, where it'll be taken by Tommy Sanchez. Sanchez's pass comes all the way into the Panthers zone. Shiljan hassled as he tries to clear it out. Now he is able to chop it into center ice. Dumped back in by Waukesha, but they face a delayed offsides. Mitchick controls there. His pass broken up. Comes to Zymek. Nearly loses the edge, but a nice job to hang on to the puck and send it down. We'll go for a line change here for the Panthers as that puck comes along for the Wings. Move that one forward to Sanchez, right into center ice, where it's taken by Hayden Bell and sent back into the Waukesha zone once more. Their captain Kevin Broda has it, goes for a little home run pass. Instead, he'll get his team a full 5-skater change as Timberlake picks this one up behind the Panther end line. Jake Fountain near side, sending up, trying to get to Damon. He's hassled at the blue line, can't hang on, but Timberlake tracks down that loose puck with 14:40 to play in the first period. Good battle here in neutral ice from both teams. Neither team really allowing a clean break, but now coming in is Nickerson. He drops that one off for Waukesha. Puck still trapped in the Panther zone. Damon looking to clear. He goes cross ice to Timberlake, who's wide open, and the Panthers will be able to skate this one out. Laszlo Rose at the center line. He'll dump in, and in fact dump on net. Grabbed by the glove and dropped off for Isaiah Dietrich. Dietrich up the near wall. Timberlake putting some pressure on, but that puck does come out, and Rose will skate it back. Nice backhanded pass to Damon, who dumps in. Taken at the blue line, though, by Dietrich. And sent across. Nice tap from Nickerson. Drops it into the Panther zone. About an even 14 minutes to play. Still nothing on the scoreboard. Isaiah Dietrich, a shot. Deflection attempt ends up wide and high, but Nickerson has it there. Still on the near wall, trying to get that one is Sorge. Turning it around are the Panthers, and Rohrer will have it up the near wall. Nickerson can't hold, but at the point it's Broda. Broda into the high slot. His shot, a great pad save from Jacob Ayers. Puck still on the near wall. Broda's got it once more. Skating again, high slot, broken up by Rohrer. Plays it with his hand and keeps it moving forward. Nice job by Rohrer. Moves around one man, tries to move around the second, can't do it. Takes a big hit from McGonigal, and it's turned around by Broda. Pass into center, broken up by Ayers, but taken by Broda once more. He's 1-on-2 here as he goes to the high slot. Top of the near circle, trying to get a handle on that one, but Gage Shiljan with some good defense. Puck skated out by Wilderman for Waukesha. He takes a big hit from Colton Ayers, and that puck's still on that near wall. Shiljan and Ayers both trying to dig it out for the Panthers. 13-11 to play in the first period. Puck still on that near wall, still battling for it. And now it is taken away by Garrett Wilderman, and he'll drop down. Another hit against the wall, and again the puck trapped in the corner. Neither team really able to establish here, Derek, and it looks like it's just not getting a good offensive breakout.
Definitely. Each team is very evenly matched on the breakouts. Stay wide, move passes quick, and we're seeing a lot of battles in the neutral zone.
Tyson Rohrer sends a pass across. It's taken by Waukesha in their defensive zone. They'll look to move it forward, and they get it to Chad Larson. Larson enters the Panther zone, right wing side. Nice drop pass to Garrett Wilderman. Wilderman's pass across goes all the way to the far corner. Taken there and sent up towards the point. Challenge coming, and it hits the safety net out of play. 12:28 to go. We'll get another faceoff.
It looks like the Wings feel very comfortable and confident in a dump and chase and then grind it along the boards. That's where they want to play. They want to be in those areas. They can be opportunistic on offense because they have such solid defense. That's kind of what it looks like.
Zymek in the faceoff dot for the Panthers on the far side of their zone with 12:28 to play in the first period. Puck goes all the way to the wall where it's taken by Bell and dropped behind the net. Timberlake, though, has the pass picked off by Jacob Arndt. Now gets back after it, and Timberlake will carry. Hassled from behind by Arndt. He does lose the puck. It's sent in. Nice job by Timberlake to keep it from being dumped right back in. But Waukesha does eventually turn on it, send it to that near corner of the Panther zone. Hayden Bell moving up along the wall. Good pass to Matt Strassman. Now across to Zymek, and here comes Andy Zymek. Zymek left wing side. He'll dump that one and try and chase after it along with his teammates. 12 minutes to play. Puck to the blue line and out into center ice where Timberlake will have it. Bell lead pass into McCormick. McCormick chips at it, and it's stopped up behind the net by Garrett Larson and Waukesha and sent along the near wall. Off to the far side now. Mitchick skating up towards that point, but the puck dragged into center by Waukesha and knocked out once more. Strassman swings over the top. Now he's able to get a second chance at it and force it further down, but the Panthers will go for a line change here as Waukesha controls defensively with 11:34 to play. Long pass picked off by Shiljan. Shiljan's around his man and now into the Waukesha zone. Pushed up hard against the wall. He rides Isaiah Dietrich to the ice, but Dietrich does come up with this one, sends it into his own slot. Stepping up as Mitchick can't get a handle on it, and a one-touch pass goes to Nickerson. Nickerson was on one man trying to get his stick free to go after it. It's covered up by Ayers, and we have a delayed penalty coming against Ryan Mitchick. Interference is the call with 11:10 to play. Power play, the first one of the game, favors Waukesha.
Yeah, I'm kind of with Derek on this one as he's showing me charging That really looked like it should have been a charge for Mitchek, and he kind of got up there.
Yeah, I didn't see. I mean, obviously the puck was being played. It didn't look like he had possession of the puck, but he had touched it. I would call that charging just from the amount of steps that the player took before the hit.
Either way, it is a 2-minute minor penalty, and so the Panthers will have to kill this one off. Face-off in the far side of their own zone. It'll be Garrett Wilderman for Waukesha taking on Tyson Rohrer of Oregon. Puck drops. It's still on that dot. Now Waukesha gets it back, moves it to the point, and sets up on offense. Drop it in low for Broda. Now back center point, getting it to Chad Larson. All the way across, and it's out of reach, but Broda's going to track it down behind the net. Minute 47 to go on the power play. 10:56 to play in the first period. Still scoreless. But the Wings on a power play after the Ryan Mitchek interference call. Center point, move across, feed to center. One-timer off of Gage Shilgen. Oh, my goodness. The one-timer swept off the toe and just rides Gage Shilgen's stick in. That is a tough turn of events for the Panthers there.
Interesting penalty kill by Oregon. That was not as aggressive as we have seen them in the past. And I wonder if that has something to do with them realizing that Waukesha is such a possessive team. They did a great job of moving it along the outside. It didn't try for the big flashy one-timer. Got it through the slot. Got tipped in.
Yeah, and it's just one of those weird ones where you hate it when it happens, but it does happen. Got to keep your eyes on that puck.
Yep, rides Shilgen's stick in. We'll wait to hear the official call of who gets credited with it from Waukesha, but they do lead 1-0 with 10:42 to play. Nice grab by Tyson Rohrer. Good hold there by Roscoe, and here comes Zach Roscoe for the Panthers to the near side circle. Working his way around, feed through center. It's sticked away by Garrett Larson. Puck still on the near wall. They're looking to send to the point. Now they get the cross-ice pass going, and here comes Waukesha with Josiah Dietrich trying to work his way around Timberlake. Oh my goodness. Takes a hard and funny angle into the cage there with 10:20 to play. Looks like he's okay. Gets up and skates around.
Yeah, he tried that power move to push in hard. He wasn't able to maintain it. That was not
too deep to try it, too. If he had tried it a little earlier, he had the speed. He had Timberlake beat. Could have made it to the inside, waited too long.
Number 12, Trenton Tucker, credited with that previous goal. He was the last wing to touch it before it hit Gage Shilgen's stick. So 1-0 the score, and the faceoff in the Panther zone is won by Waukesha, controlled by Isaiah Dietrich. Now near side, pass inside. They try to get it to Tucker once more. Can't do it, and Tyson Rohrer able to knock it into center ice. Waukesha grabs it there, sends to the near wall with 10:05 to play. Big collision in front of us, and now that puck all the way to the far side of the Panther zone. Roscoe stepping up along with Hayden Bell. It's Bell that cases it. Can't drag it past Wilderman, though. And Wilderman sends it up to the point where it's taken by Douglas Kirchhofer. He sends down towards the slot, and a second goal comes in. Boy, and I couldn't even tell if Chad Larson, who was down there in front of the goal, got a stick on it or not, but it finds its way to the back with 9:49 to go. Panthers down 2-0.
I think Larson got it. He was in a battle up front with Timberlake. They weren't able to tie it up enough, and I think it just snuck through Ayers' 5-hole. And that's another one where that can definitely hurt you mentally.
That play starts right back here. Forward came in, put a hit on Timberlake. Timberlake didn't like it, gave him a little shot after the whistle. Forward came back around, ended up being right where he didn't want him to.
Faceoff is won by the Panthers in this case. They send it forward, Pat McCormick, and it's dropped in. And it is 19 Chad Larson credited to that goal as the Wings turn it around and come the other way. Carrying it is Thomas Noak. Noki tries a shot, but he is offsides. Offsides the call. Will get a neutralized faceoff.
Yeah, you're absolutely right, Derek. That one play up here where Timberlake just got a little bit extra antsy allowed them to come in with more strength. That's the kind of thing we've seen and talked about they can't do.
Face-off in the neutral ice. It's controlled by Gage Shilgen for the Panthers. He moves across to Mitchek, and they continue it forward. Nice pass to Damon. He can't quite settle it down, though. It's taken at the blue line of Waukesha and turned the other way. Now coming in, Kirchhofer loses it. He drops it off. Shot and a great blocker save. Puck still loose. Another blocker save on the second chance time from Noki. Feed into center. A great save and kicked away by the Panthers. What a stop on the shot from Tommy Sanchez as that puck dumps in, and the Panthers will get a four-man change. Icing the call. Boy, how about Jacob Ayers there, turning away some tough ones.
3 big shots in a row, including that last one, which came in where he had to move real fast. And that's where we talk about he's a positional goaltender, and he doesn't look rattled even being down by 2.
Look at the shots on goal. 8-3. Oregon, traditionally that offensive team. Waukesha's giving them a run.
9:05 to play in the first period. Waukesha on top 2-0. Panthers win the draw in their own zone. Hayden Bell on the near side has it stripped by Josiah Dietrich and sent back along that near wall. Lifted off the glass. Nice play by Laszlo Rose, and now striding after it are Jake Fountain and Hayden Bell. Fountain trying to put some pressure on. It's turned around the cage, though, by Douglas Kirchhofer. Kirchhofer, a great move into center ice where it's taken by Ben Sorge and dumped back into the Oregon zone. Kirchhofer trying to get it to Sorge once more. He does. Feed through center, but it's skated all the way to the near wall. Big hit there. Kirchhofer nearly grabs it once more, but now Jake Fountain has it, tries to send it along, can't get enough on it, and the puck's still on the near wall. Sorge battling there, dropping it down for Josiah Dietrich. Dietrich pushed against by Timberlake, and now with 8:24 to go, that puck into the slot where Laszlo Rose will grab for Oregon. Rose lifts a nice high floater, giving his team time to track that one down. Fountain putting a little pressure on, but Waukesha skates by him to their own blue line, move it down, and get it to Nickerson. Griffin Nickerson coming in and has it knocked off. Great poke check by Gage Shiljan, knocks it all the way into center ice. Now Ben Sorge on the far side, sending up towards the blue line. Good chop out of midair by Dietrich, but they're going to whistle him for the offsides, and with 7:59 to go, we'll get another neutral ice faceoff.
Yeah, and Derek was just talking about the physicality starting to pick up, and it really seems like it is. The problem is this is not a team you want to be along the boards with. You want open ice stuff, because I'm thinking that Waukesha feels better in those gritty, dirty zones.
Faceoff is won by Waukesha. They send it in. It's stopped up, and a nice breakup of the clearing attempt by Chad Larson, but Shiljan able to clear a second time. Colton Ayers loses it in center ice. Wings take over, feed across, and they find Chad Larson once more. Larson's got his man across. The pass is broken up by Tyson Rohrer, and Mitchik tracks it down on that back wall. Now Ayers trying to move it ahead to McCormick. I'm sorry, that's Zach Roscos, and here comes Roscos with 7:36 to play. Hassled by stick checks, but manages to dump it into the wing zone, however briefly. Panthers have to check up, and now Mitchik will send it in. Just misses the cage, and it comes to the near wall. Rohrer putting some pressure on. Instead, they cycle it to the opposite side. Wings passing has been very crisp so far and very hard. Big hit from behind on Ryan Mitchik, but the puck does dump in to the wing zone. Carried there by Kevin Broda near side. Feeds across. Mitchik gets in front of that one, and Shiljan will have it. Offside, delayed offsides coming against the Wings. I don't think they heard it, but no harm, no foul as the Panthers regain possession. Tyson Rohrer with an even 7 minutes to play, loses that puck, and it's dumped in. Following after it is Garrett Wilderman. Wilderman drops off. Shot coming. No. Nice move around. Feed across one time. No good from Kevin Broda. It was Chad Larson doing the feeding. Larson still controls behind the Panther net. Trying to get into center. Goes for the wraparound. He's going to be pushed in, and the net knocked off. And with 6:44 to go, we'll get a face-off as the net had come off its moorings.
Yeah, they've got to be really careful, because the one hit that came down here that I know a lot of people wanted to call, in the past, somebody from Oregon would have retaliated. It was smart, nice and calm that they didn't, but they have to generate something up the middle, because they're not able to do the same work along the boards.
Definitely. Waukesha has an incredible breakout. Oregon, we've seen in their conference, one of the better teams at it. Waukesha's beaten them.
Speaking of, here comes Strassman. Face-off dot, shot too high, just over the cage to the far wall. 6:33 to play, and Waukesha controls, move it ahead. And here they come 2-on-1. Carrying is Jacob Arndt. Arndt takes the shot, a pad save, rebound right there. Backhand chance is wide of the cage and behind the net. 6:22 to play. Zymek with it. Great move through the legs to Strassman. Strassman has it stripped. The puck still in the high slot. That shot deflected by a stick and ends up on the top of the dasher. Hayden Bell moves it up near side. Matt Strassman has it there. Send it in. It's going to be picked off, though, by Waukesha and turned around by Jacob Arndt once more. Arndt looking for the wraparound. His feed into center is taken by Zymek. It gets caught up in a number of different skates there, but now it's taken and backhanded in by Oliver Nenas. Behind the net, it's Hayden Bell. Bell up off the wall to Timberlake. And move forward to McCormick. McCormick, a huge shot there, but he manages to get the puck to Zymek, and Zymek moves it across to Strassman. Contact coming, initiated by Isaiah Dietrich. He gets it to Nickerson, and here comes Griffin Nickerson. Nickerson moving around to the hash marks, but a great stick play from Jacob Ayers takes it away, and now here comes Laszlo Rose. Rose, a great move through center ice. Great play with the skate and still puck handling as he goes to the near side. Here's Damon, a shot and a save on the near side of the Waukesha zone. Rose still fighting for it as it works its way up the near wall, taken by Oliver Nenas of Waukesha and into center for Nickerson. That puck coming on net towards Jacob Ayers. Instead, it ends up to the rear wall with Ryan Mitchik. 5:13 to play. Gage Shiljan has for Oregon. Still 2-0 lead for the Wings here in the first period. Now it's taken away on a bad pass by Josiah Dietrich. Moves around one man but can't hang on to the puck. Damon with a nice hip check, but Dietrich holds on. Mitchik, good defense there twice against Josiah Dietrich, but the puck at the point is controlled by Waukesha. Shot and a blocker save. Puck now for Ben Sorge as he works his way behind the Oregon net. Drops that one off for Dietrich once more. Feed out through center. It's picked up by Wilderman. He'll leave to center point. Good challenge there from Laszlo Rose. He's going to get this puck and turn it around. Flip it off the backside of the referee, in fact. And now Damon pursuing. 4:30 to play as Tyler Damon puts a little forecheck on. Delivers a hit to his man. Puck to the point. Stopped by Roscoe. His shot is gloved by Garrett Larson. And so with 4:31 to play, we get a stoppage. Wings still on top 2-0.
Damon just showed excellent discipline. Going into that hit, in the corner there, that could have been a bad hit. He glided into it, made sure it was shoulder to shoulder. That shows a lot of control.
The one breakaway, too, by Laszlo Rose, that was not wide. That was a save off the corner of the blocker.
Did he get a little piece of that? Sent it high. Nice job. Panthers do have it in Waukesha's zone. Now Waukesha sends across, but Zach Roscoe takes it. He lifts a light one toward the net, and it's dropped off behind. Wings trying to move it up their far wall. They do send it along, but Roscoe gets into center. Rohrer can't get the stick on for the one-time deflection attempt. Puck still coming up that near wall. Again, the Wings can't hold it, though. Hayden Bell moves it towards the slot, and Colton Ayers will pick it up along with Roscoe. Drop down for Tyson Rohrer. Rohrer trying to get in the center to the point for Bell now. Bell's shot is deflected off a skate. It just goes wide of the cage. One-time chance, no good. And now it's Garrett Wilderman with it. Wilderman, a nice saucer pass into center, finds Chad Larson. But a great job by Carson Timberlake to break that up. 3:47 to play in the first period. Puck into the Panther zone for Hayden Bell. Continues it along the far side wall. Tyson Rohrer checks his man, but it's picked up instead by Larson. Gets past another check, and now trapped on the wall for Garrett Wilderman. Wilderman to the point where it's taken by Isaiah Dietrich. Nope, picked off by Colton Ayers. Ayers moves into center ice. He finds Roscoe. Roscoe finds Rohrer. Rohrer now trying to lead Roscoe once more. Sends it on net lightly. It's sticked away by Larson and skated the opposite direction by Broda. Broda goes cross ice to Larson and dumps that one in. Offsides, delayed offsides coming. And instead the Panthers will try and break one out. Zymek hit it center ice. McCormick has it stripped, but Shiljan continues it forward. Taken in his own zone by Kevin Broda of the Wings. He moves up to his blue line, and here they come the other way. Stephen McGonigal drops it in, and with an even 3 minutes to play, Oregon has it behind their net. Skating in, though, are the Wings, and they've got it. It's Thomas Noak. Sends to the point. McGonigal a shot, and it's a little wide, and comes to the near side. Ryan Mitchell trying to dig this one out along with Zymek. It's being hassled by Jacob Arndt, and now it comes to the point where it's stopped by McGonigal once more and sent down. Gage Shiljan on the near side wall, looking to send up to Matt Strassman. Strassman wants to get this pass forward. He does. He finds Zymek. Zymek, though, has it poked off his tape right away. Big hit in front of the benches here, but now it's taken by Gage Shiljan. Shiljan up to Mitchell with 2:26 to go. Panthers looking for a solid entry here. McCormick will backhand it in, and we'll get a 5-skater change. Actually, we're going to get an icing call. McCormick behind the red line there, so we will get 5 new skaters for Oregon, but we'll bring the faceoff back to their zone.
Oregon is having too hard of a time getting into the offensive zone and generating more than one scoring chance. They've really, out of their 6 shots, I think 2 scoring chances of any quality, and it's been 1 and done.
Yeah, they're not having any luck controlling in the zone, and that's something that Waukesha has really been able to do.
Face-off with 2:19 to go favors the Panthers. Hayden Bell controls in his own zone. Tries to move it forward for Laszlo. He ties up his man and lets it go out into center ice where Ben Sorge has it for Waukesha. Sorge up off the wall for Josiah Dietrich. Timberlake takes that one away. Dietrich, though, getting in the way at the point and working it down. Hayden Bell will have it. Bell now for the Panthers, looks for that backhand again. He finds a Rose looking for Jake Fountain. It's broken up in center ice, knocked past Tyler Damon, and swatted in by Josiah Dietrich. Minute 50 to go now as the puck comes up the far side wall. Laszlo flicks it back down where Timberlake will have it behind the net. Send along and keep it moving. Coming up to the point, though, is Isaiah Dietrich. He's got it. His shot deflected away by the legs of Timberlake and moved to the far side by Fountain. Nice clear by a Rose, just gets it out of the territory. Minute 33 to play as the Wings dump it back in and check up on the delayed offsides. Aiden Bell controlling far side of the Panther zone, goes cross ice, finds Fountain. Fountain battling with his man here, but he's able to clear it out off the skate of Damon and sent right back. Nice move by 27, Josiah Dietrich. Boy, he pays for it. Big hit from Damon, quick shot. That was turned down by Trenton Tucker, and a nice glove by Jacob Ayers.
Excellent hit in center ice. I mean, and that's what we talked about of Oregon might not want to play these guys along the boards. If you're looking to, get a little bit of momentum with that physical game, you've got to make open ice hits, and Damon just did a great one there.
Faceoff's going to be on the near side of the Panther zone. It'll be Colton Ayers taking on Chad Larson. Minute 13 to play in this first period. Waukesha up 2-0. Linesman trying to get everyone onside. Now the faceoff comes. It is controlled by Waukesha. Shot gets through traffic, but it's wide left of the cage. Sent down back behind the net. It's taken again by the wings. They look to move it up, send it through center, and there's Gage Shilton. Here he comes, breaking it out the other way. Shilton's got Rohr and Roscos with him. Taps it around his man, and they follow it up with 57 seconds to play. Stephen McGonigal moving it up the far side for Waukesha. Now reverses course, and it's sent back to Kevin Broda. Broda up to the point, held by Rohr. Rohr able to clear it in. Broda's got it once more and does send it out into neutral ice. Rohr now looking to make the entry. He stops up and dumps it in. 40 seconds to play in this period. Again, near wall for Broda. Broda challenged right there by his fellow number 20, Colton Ayers. Puck still on that near side. Now trying to drag it away as Waukesha. It's forced back down. Broda gets it in his own high slot and is able to backhand it clear and into neutral ice. And then it's dumped in quickly by Garrett Wilderman. Wilderman's followed up by Trenton Tucker. Tucker's got it. Quick shot. Wilderman right there in the slot. Can't get on it, though. Good check from the Panthers, and the puck carried away. 15 seconds to play. Tyson Rohr moves around one man, looking to follow up. But instead, Tucker able to knock it clear. Gets it to the blue line. Entering onside with 7 seconds to go, and a shot coming from Larson. Easy save for Ayers. And the puck working its way forward. Nice high lofted pass, trying to get to it as Zymek. 0 seconds on the clock. There is the horn. Hayden Bell Tyson Rohr laying on the ice, wanted some kind of a call. The referees will not oblige, shaking his head over there. So with that, the period ends 2-0 in favor of Waukesha.
Shilton got away with a big high stick right over here in the offensive zone. Almost took the Waukesha player's helmet off. So they've got to be a little more careful there. Not a bad period from Oregon. 2 weird goals. The first one, obviously, there's not much you can do about that. The second one, just deep, hard work. But Oregon is not able to generate any odd man rushes, which has been their bread and butter all year.
Definitely, and I think that going into the locker room, there's going to be talk of, we haven't really faced this before. There hasn't been a team that's really been able to beat us at things that we are traditionally good at, being breakouts, that physicality, and then control in the zone. Teams that Oregon's evenly matched with, Edgewood, possess a different skill set. Very good team, but different than Oregon. This is a team they're playing themselves in a lot of ways.
Yeah, seeing that mirror image is always tough. With 11 minutes to go in the intermission here, what does Oregon need to change up? The one goal that went off Gage Shilton's stick, that's just, what can you do? The other goal was just, again, it was similar to the construction of it, though, and I don't want to take away from Waukesha here. You force the puck in front of the net, good things are going to happen. They've got 2 of those to fall. What can Oregon do, not just to prevent that from happening again, but to get good, clean setups? For the life of me, I don't think I can remember a time where they had 30 seconds of solid possession in the Waukesha zone.
They didn't, and what they need to do is start being physical. They have the ability to be physical, but not take penalties. They need to make Waukesha not want to be along the boards. And the way you do that is you finish every check. You put a body on a body. You get stick on puck. You do these things to make those areas of the ice. You got to pay a toll. You want to come through here, you're taking a hit.
Definitely, and I think that we even started to see some dump and chase out of Oregon towards the back half of that period, which I've, again, only seen a few games, but I haven't seen that out of them. Their breakouts are very crisp. They're clean. When they get into the zone, it looks pretty. This is they have to adjust. They have to do a different style of breakout. And with that said, on the other end of the ice, their forwards are really deep in their zone. They need to be a little bit more aggressive on the points. Waukesha relies heavily on their defense, and a lot of that comes because of the confidence in the goaltending. So, couple things. Oregon in the defensive zone really needs to put pressure on the points.
Alrighty, folks, Oregon's down 2-0, but there is 34 minutes of hockey left, and we have got a doozy for you. Stay tuned. It's Oregon versus Waukesha in Sun Prairie on OCAmedia. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Zach Seeloft and Derek Graychuk here at the Sun Prairie Ice Arena, part of the Groundhog Day tournament. Oregon is taking on the Waukesha Wings, 2-0 in favor of Waukesha after the first period, and let's go after that a little bit. Ryan Mitchick, with 11:10 to go in the period, called for interference. That led at 10:45 to go to a Tucker goal, number 12 for them, a power play goal. They led 1-0. Then quickly, less than a minute later, 9:49 to go, they got a goal from Chad Larson, number 19, an even strength goal, and that's where we're at. 1 penalty, 2 goals, not a lot on the stat sheet here, and we talked about it. Oregon needs to stay out of the box. Boy, Waukesha made them pay quickly when they did end up in there.
They did, and you look at the shot count right now, it's 14 shots on goal to 6. 2 of those 14 ended up going in. They're generating a lot more offense than I think either of us thought that they were going to do. We figured we'd see more of a defensive game from them. They're finding ways to get it in and maintain zone pressure. Their cycle is solid. They're able to find open areas. And while the defense of Oregon is holding its own, they're making a few little mistakes here and there that have allowed these 2 goals to happen.
And I think that we might see in this period a little bit more of that defensive style out of Waukesha. Obviously, you want to keep your foot on the gas, but if Oregon comes out charged, we might see them kind of pull back. You obviously have confidence in your goaltender. Kings 2012, win games by 1 goal, score a goal, back off. And, we might very well see that.
Yeah, I mean, definitely as you look at the stats of these 2 teams, Oregon has 99 goals on the season, Waukesha 54. Coming into it, you look at Waukesha's goaltender with 1.2 goals against. You figure, yeah, this is a team that's going to try and get one and then fall back into kind of a turtle shell of defense. That is not what they have done. They have put consistent pressure on Oregon, really attacked the whole time, and have had defense through offense almost, just holding possession of the puck.
They have, and I'm also a little, I guess I'm almost thinking Tyler Damon does not look like Tyler Damon. He seems to be back behind the play more. I mean, he's playing smart. Don't get me wrong. I'm not knocking his play at all. But usually we see him with that fire coming through the middle, looking for lanes, able to put those moves and using those jets that he has. He's probably one of the fastest skaters on the team. We haven't seen those bursts of speed. So I almost wonder if they're trying a different system similar to what we saw against Edgewood, which was more of a grind. And it'll be interesting to see what kind of adjustments we see here in the second.
Definitely. One player to watch from both sides for me, being on the wings, number 13, Isaiah Dietrich. He's had the puck on his stick a lot, made some big hits. He's a very smart defenseman. As he's coming back and angling people towards the boards, he does a really good job at not only making the hit, but then recovering the puck for the breakout. Very smart there. On Oregon's side, Tyson Rohr needs to be more of that quarterback. We saw a lot of that in the Monona Grove game. He's tried to get into the zone. He's got great hands. He's going to try to move it through people. He's gotten stopped every time. Use his speed, use his edge work, and get the puck into the zone.
That's something that's really surprised me. Oregon has a lot of guys that can stick handle real well. You mentioned Tyson Rohr, Laszlo Arose for sure, Zach Roscos, and yet coming through the center and towards the blue line of Waukesha, Waukesha has gotten a stick on it seemingly every time, have not allowed a single clean carried entry. I'm sure they've allowed a couple, but very, very few really taking Oregon off their game.
Yeah, very, very true. And one of the reasons that is a good defensive player, stick on puck, and you follow the body. And I don't care how good your stick handling is, if my determination is to knock you off the puck, that's what I'm going to do. And Waukesha has been doing such a great job of that it makes it difficult for Rohr, it makes it difficult for Damon, it makes it difficult for Arose. But again, I'll be interested to see what kind of changes they make here.
Both teams are hitting back to the ice, and we're just about to get started with the second period. Derek, just before we begin, what does Oregon need to do to generate more zone time, especially quality zone time that leads to a couple of shots?
Use their speed, get to the puck first, dump it in, and that's great. That's going to get it into the zone, but you need to beat that defender to the puck, be willing to take a hit, and somebody needs to be booking it down the slot. Try to get a cycle going. Against this team, that might be tough, but that's what they need to do to score.
Alrighty. Looks like it's going to be Tyler Damon in the faceoff dot for the Panthers. He'll be taking on Ben Sorge of the Waukesha Wings. We've got another 17 minutes here in the second period. Waukesha's got a 2-0 lead, but the Panthers are by no means out of this game. Linesman gets ready, drops the puck, and it is Oregon that controls. They move it to Laszlo, but it's poked right off his stick and dumped in by Griffin Nickerson. All the way into the corner of the Panther zone where Ryan Mitchick stops up, avoids the hit, but Nickerson skating in. Now Damon has it. Nice turn on the boards, but it's held in by Sorge once more. Up along the boards, and they do find a Rose, and here comes a 3-on-2 chance for the Panthers. Entering Damon. His shot well high of the cage, but he follows it up, fires a low-angled one, and it comes back right towards him, and now moved along the near side. Panthers set up on offense. Mitchick moves this one around. Arose holds it behind the net with 16:29 to play. Fountain sends it back to him and up along the far wall. Errant pass goes a little wide, and that one's actually going to come out of the zone. Striding after it and diving after it is Tyler Damon. What a play to get that one as Fountain turns on in front of the benches, sends back, but it's quickly taken and sent in, actually sent on net following Nickerson. Nickerson's shot too high, went for the corner and missed it high. Damon's got that puck. It hit a man who is changing for Waukesha. He'll backhand in, and Laszlo Arose will follow it up with an even 16 minutes to play in this period. Arose does get there, drags it past his man as the Panthers are getting a 4-man change. Now stepping up is Colton Ayers as well. Ayers has got this as Arose heads to the bench to complete the line change. Now Tyson Rohrer stepping in. He's knocked off it. It's sent along and nicked out by Griffin Nickerson. 15:45 to go as this puck comes in hard into the Panthers zone. Too hard as it is. Goes for icing and will come back to the wing zone.
First icing we've seen from Waukesha, and that was generated by good pressure and good work down in the corners. They've got to put more bodies on, and that seems what Oregon is doing. They're playing a more physical game so far.
Yeah, definitely. And we're starting to see Tyson Rohrer getting more into that dump and chase mentality of he was just in the corners digging it out.
Colton Ayers versus Trenton Tucker. Ayers wins it. Shot from the point coming off Hayden Bell, but an easy pad save for Garrett Larson. Behind the net for Rohrer now. And now it's Roscos. Roscos into center. Drag and shot from Timberlake and a save. Still digging after it, and it goes to Rohrer. Rohrer tries to get it back into center for Ayers. Big hit, and here comes Hayden Bell. Center point shot, and it's knocked away, deflected to the far wall. Colton Ayers has it. He drops it off for Rohrer. Rohrer skates in there, but it's pinched. And stepping up from the defense is Hayden Bell. He's able to get it back to Rohrer. Rohrer still working on his knees. Roscoe steps up near wall. It comes along towards the point. Hayden Bell can't get it there, but he knocks his man off, Garrett Wilderman. Delayed penalty coming, and I think we're going to call probably another interference. Let's see. This penalty is going against Oregon.
Yeah, it was interference.
Yet to see a signal.
Oh, yeah, he signaled.
Oh, did he signal interference?
It's interference.
Interference is the call. And so the Panthers will spend 2 minutes in the box. It's Hayden Bell at 15:04 called for the interference.
I'm sorry, I agree with that call. I know, Derek, you don't, but the puck was way down over here. That was finishing a check that didn't need to happen.
Okay.
So a little father-son disagreement with the
if you disagree
with the official, but as it is a power play for Waukesha, and boy, they scored. Let me count it out. 25 seconds into their first power play. They've got another 2-minute chance here. 15:04 to play in the second period. Waukesha on top 2-0. Draw goes to Mitchick. He can't get it past Nickerson, and they send it to the point for Chad Larson. Larson to the center point now. His shot comes in, and a great glove right out of midair by Jacob Ayers.
Interesting setup by Waukesha for this. I mean, Larson was before on the first power play deep in the slot. Now they've got him on the outside, so maybe we might see a different type of power play structure out of Waukesha.
Garrett Wilderman against Colton Ayers on the near side of the Panthers zone. 14:55 to play, minute 51 on the power play. Puck comes to the point, actually slides past the point. Damon putting some forecheck on, but playing it lightly, staying back. At the blue line is Colton Ayers. Turning it around is Chad Larson. He'll reverse course. Ayers trades with Damon. They make sure to keep 3 men back. Oh boy, Damon sees an opportunity and pinches on, and here comes Chad Larson. Larson's got a 3-on-3 here, moves into the center. That one taken by Broda and drops back to the point for Tucker. All the way across now, and that one is Wilderman. Wilderman sends one across. He does find Tucker once more. Mitchell getting in the way, putting some pressure on. Now taking a quick shot from Nickerson and a great stop by Jacob Ayers, but the puck comes all the way to the point for Chad Larson. Larson center point, boy, hacked by Damon there. I think the Waukesha fans wanted a call, but nothing doing. Minute 7 to play in the power play, even 14 minutes to go in the period. Center point again for Larson. He drops down into the center for Nickerson, just wide on the one-time attempt. Again to the slot. Nickerson once more, again wide. Again to the slot, and a score. They put it in off the pad of Jacob Ayers as he was trying to get back to the pipe. This time it took him a minute 7, but again they victimize Oregon on the power play.
That was an excellent power play. What they did was they read what Oregon was doing in the heavy forecheck, used that against them in this time instead of passing it around the outside, passed it around the inside. Deep in the corners, deep in the slot, we saw a lot of quick tic-tac-toe passes. That's ultimately what got Ayers out of position.
Great work by the Waukesha Wings. They lead 3-0 now with 13:57 to go in this second period. That faceoff is won by Oregon, and Hayden Bell will drop it in. Griffin Nickerson credited with that goal, his first of the game. Puck still in the Wings zone. Panthers holding it. Now they feed towards center for Rohrer. Instead, it's broken up by Isaiah Dietrich. Dietrich behind his net, hassled by Rohrer. Roscoe stepping in as well, but it does come all the way out and skated away by Jacob Arndt. Arndt's got a 3-on-2 here as he comes in left wing side, looking for the low angle shot. Feed to center goes well past and to the far wall. Rohrer sends that one out. No nice hold at the point. Rohrer, though, challenging and gets it back. And offsides is the call. I'm surprised at the offsides call, but we will get a neutralized faceoff for the Panthers.
Is it just me, or should Oregon really think about calling a timeout here soon?
I might want to break it up just because things feel, like they might be slipping out of reach here.
You see some of the discussions amongst players right now. Now might be it's sometime here soon. If they bury another one, that's a timeout.
Face off just outside of the Panther zone. Ben Sorge versus Andy Zymek. Puck goes all the way to the wall, now into the Panther zone, lifted high along the wall and into the waiting glove of a Waukesha player. Out of play. Gage Chilton tried to move that one along. Instead, it's out of play and will face off in the same place.
We are still about a 10-shot difference between the two teams. Oregon's got to get some shots on net.
Panthers do win this faceoff, but it's quickly taken and sent back down by the wings. And now here's Nickerson again. Nickerson into center for Zorge, but it's grabbed and taken by Josiah Dietrich. Dietrich trying to move around Mitchik. Mitchik, though, able to grab that one, turn it back around. Mitchik still poking this one, and he gets it to Shiljan along the far wall. Send forward, held at the point by the wings. They send a shot in. Second chance is saved by Ayers, and it's knocked away, taken by Mitchik behind the net. He scoots that one along. This one may go down for it. Nope, no icing the call, and this will be stopped up. And a nice play with a stick by Garrett Larson, the goaltender for the Wings, allows them to get set up a breakout here. Long home run pass going, and it's going too strong. It'll be taken by the Panthers defensively and moved up in front of those benches. Gets caught up with the linesman as a big collision there in center ice. I don't think anyone saw where that puck was, and now it is taken by Laszlo. Dumped back into the Panther zone with 12:26 to play. Move up along the wall for Laszlo. It's too strong, and instead dumped back in by Douglas Kirchhofer. Behind the Panther net where Ryan Mitchik will have it. Hand is up, delayed penalty coming. That's going to go against Waukesha, and here comes Tyler Damon. Damon works around, trying to get into the slot. Big hit there from Damon, and that should bring up the penalty call as Sorge gets a hold of it. Interference again. This time it goes against Waukesha, and so the Panthers will have their first power play of the game.
I'm very impressed at Oregon keeping their head with that. That was a hit that was not expected, and that's an easy one to retaliate to.
Yeah, but the hit that Damon put on entering in open ice while he's carrying the puck, that's a smart hit. And again, you make them pay a price. Now we get to see if Oregon is going to be able to do something, because they need to here.
Big opportunity for Oregon. Faceoff is won and sent to the point. Move center point now. Carson Timberlake, a quick shot and a stick save from Larson. Puck along that near wall, minute 50 on the power play, backhanded out, but there's Damon. Quick shot in. It's bouncing along the ice and misses left of the net. Zach Roscos on the far wall with 11:50 to play in the period. Minute 42 on the power play. Still trying to dig it free. He does. Here's Rohrer. Rohrer sends the pass across. Timberlake at the faceoff dot, and a great save from Larson. Hayden Bell wanted to set up the screen but couldn't get in front in time, and Larson makes a good stop.
Yeah, he was able to check that puck all the way. They need to get some traffic in front, take away his eyes, and also you look for those deflections and rebounds.
You want shots on a power play, but you want smart shots. Shots that make the goaltender go from side to side and the defense guess.
11:43 to play in the second period. Minute 34 on the power play. Puck along the near side wall. Tyson Rohrer trying to get after it along with Carson Timberlake. Squirts its way out. Stepping up is Damon. It's knocked to the point where it will be held by Rohrer. Rohrer center point, skates his way around. Nice job to shield the puck, and he chips it over to Roscos. Just one-timer from Damon, and he just hit the ice first. Doesn't get what he wants on it. Damon a great stop, though, on the clearing attempt. Roscos across to Timberlake, but Timberlake can't quite turn, and now chipping it along is Kevin Broda. Broda getting tied up with Damon. Damon, though, able to turn around and take the first step, and he's got it. 11:11 to play in the period, minute even on the power play. Zach Roscos near side, backhanding it to Timberlake. Nice handle by Carson Timberlake, but it's swatted off his tape. Panthers dump it back in. Nice job by Timberlake again. He's just a one-man crew on this power play, but the puck, unfortunately, is sent out, and Tyler Damon will have it at the Panther blue line. 45 seconds left on the power play. Move it up for Rohrer. He has to turn around. Panthers looking for their entry on this power play. Rohrer gets around one man to the center line, and he'll dump it in. Laszlo Rose giving chase as Garrett Larson plays it for the Wings. Send high off the glass and clear, and once more Waukesha able to clear it down. 10:36 to go in the game. In the period. 25 seconds now on the power play as Carson Timberlake looks to set up a breakout here. Timberlake takes it, and he'll go to the far side. Finds Laszlo Rose with 15 seconds left on the power play. Rose enters on the left wing side, picks it up at the far corner. Moves around his man, loses the puck, but Mitchik's got it. Taken off his tape and rimmed hard to the far side where it's Damon. Damon to Timberlake. Timberlake to Rose. Rose at the far dot. Both teams full strength as they hit the bench. Damon a shot and a score! Deflection from Colton Ayers, if I'm not mistaken. Damon slides it along the ice. Ayers changes the direction, and with 10:04 to go, the Panthers are on the board.
That's what Oregon needed out of that power play. So the big thing with that is they are now on the board. They scored in something that is going to give them momentum. Very heavy celebration out of them, and it's something that they needed going forward in this game.
Yeah, they really did, and that was a double shift for Damon. He was out there that whole time. He was able to follow it. They moved him back to that defensive side, and he just got the look he wanted. A lot of traffic, and nice goal.
Great work by the Panthers. Technically not a power play goal. That's technically an even strength goal, but the player who had been penalized had not gotten back involved. And now we've got a delayed penalty coming. This puck gets chopped up, and this will be another penalty against the Wings, this time hooking, as heading to the penalty bench is Kevin Broda, their captain. And the Panthers, just like that, have another great chance.
Excellent call by the referee on this. They did, however, miss a slash after that hook. But, however, it ends up working out. Oregon's got another power play.
And this gives Oregon a chance to really get deep into this game. But the only downside to it is it happened so fast after the last one that Damon is still pretty gassed, and I don't think he's going to see this first half of the power play.
Yeah, we're going to have some different power players here. Sent along. Oh, man, and Timberlake can't quite hold to the point. A nice clear by Isaiah Dietrich. Actually clears it on net. Jacob Ayers will curl it behind there for Gage Shiljan. Shiljan looking to move it forward. 9:38 to go in the period. Minute 48 on the power play. Nice job by Colton Ayers to chop that one in and all the way to the corner. Laszlo Rose trying to get there. Ayers supporting. They box up their man and look to dig this one off the wall. Rose still battling for it. Now it does get to Ayers, and the Panthers are set up. Get it to the point for Shiljan. Across to Timberlake. Now back to Shiljan, top of the near circle. Keep it moving with 9:16 to play. Shot from Timberlake. Follow from Rose, and he couldn't quite swat it as it bounced along the ice, but he's got it back now in that near corner. Moves along to Mitchick on the far side. Now back to the point for Timberlake. Minute 16 on the power play. 9:03 in the game. Shot deflection. Score from Ryan Mitchick. And the Panthers set up two great deflections. Timberlake to Mitchick. He played that one quite high, but the ref's right there and signal it's a goal.
Yeah, and I'm surprised that there's not more discussion here. That I think there was a little bit with the linesman. That was getting close, but either way, Oregon's going to take it. They did such a good job of containment on that power play that they are now well back in this game.
Definitely, and the thing that we saw there was smart shots. They weren't forcing it. That slap shot came in a little high, but they ended up making it work.
Two teams, two power plays each, two power play goals each, and it is 3-2 Waukesha, the even strength goal being the only difference, icing against Oregon off of that faceoff, and we'll head to their zone, but just like that, Oregon back in this game. They trail 3-2 with 8:56 to play in the second.
Ryan Mitchick on the first half of that power play was planted right in front of Garrett. They weren't moving him for anything, and that's one of the reasons that they're able to get a score like that. Just good presence.
8:56 to play. The puck trapped on the dot. Nobody able to dig it free. Now the Panthers do in their own zone. Nice pass by Roscoe to Rohr across ice. Back to Roscoe. Reaching in are the Wings, and they skate this one out in the person of Trenton Tucker. Tucker has it taken away from him, and Shiljan will grab for the Panthers. Ahead to Rohr once more. It comes out to center ice, and it's sent right back in by the Wings. Mitchick near side. He's going to be challenged by Chad Larson. Takes a big hit for his trouble as he gets wrapped around. Colton Ayers trying to get this one, but it's sent back down. Mitchick again now to the far side and finds Shiljan. Delayed penalty coming up against Waukesha. Panthers have it. There's the call, and I believe we're going to get another hook here. Nope, they're going to call this one slashing. And the Wings will head to the penalty bench once more. It's Chad Larson this time called for the slash. A 2-minute power play for the Panthers yet again.
Obviously, Oregon's power play is going to be a little gassed. But then again, so is their penalty kill for Waukesha.
I don't think it's gassed at all because the last power play was run by their second unit. This is their first unit. So they got their first unit out again, which should make a big difference.
We'll see how each team can handle it. 8:22 to play in the second and even 2 minutes on the power play. Panthers win the draw, but it does come along the near wall. Roscoe's now able to dig it free, trying to get it up to that point. Rohr also battling in there, but it does come to the point for Damon. Now center point for Timberlake. Feed down into Roscoe. He does get it to him, and they find Damon wide open. Drags, fires, deflected high, and Rohr can't get after it. High off the glass. Damon manages to get a hand on. I think they're going to say out of play. Maybe it caught the rubber there at the glass stanchion.
Could have been. I'm not 100% sure what was going on there, but that seems to be what the call was. Either way, it's now going to be outside the zone.
Yep, looks like it must have hit that rubber padding there at the stanchion where the glass ends. So faced off on the out of play. 8 minutes even to play in the second period. Minute 37 on the power play. Puck dumped into the Wings zone, but they control. Turning on it is Kirchhofer and sending all the way out where Damon will grab and neutral ice. Timberlake at his own blue line for the Panthers. 7:48 to go in the second period. Minute 24 on the Panther power play after the slashing call against Chad Larson. Timberlake controls, a little forecheck pressure. Roscoe tries the one-touch pass. It goes high, manages to avoid all of the rafters up there. But now Ben Sorge has it for Waukesha as Waukesha tries to enter the Panther zone. Good hassle from Rohrer, but Sorge able to keep it moving down and all the way behind the end line. Panthers tap it to Damon near side. 7:24 to go in the game. Even minute on the power play. 7:24 in the second period. Panthers down 3-2. Working to break out on this power play. Here comes Timberlake. Nice move to hang on to that puck. Timberlake drops into center for Rohrer. Moves around his man. Finds Hayden Bell. Shot pad save. Second chance. Through the net mouth and no good. Oh, what a pretty setup from the Panthers. Great stop by Garrett Larson. Timberlake, top of the near circle. Now center point Damon. Damon wrists one in. Pad save following his Rohrer. His shot is covered. Oh, boy. Garrett Larson with a tremendous stop, and Rohrer is down. He landed pretty awkwardly as he slid in there to get that, and looks like he's in no small amount of pain.
Yeah, he went head first into the boards, and Garrett Larson had to really grab as far over as he could. Otherwise, that was going into an empty part of the net.
Tyson Rohrer up on one knee, but still having difficulty here, obviously in pain, but now able to skate off under his own power. Clearly in pain, but able to move on his own, which is always a good sign. Looks like everything's working grossly intact, so we'll try and get you a report on his status a little bit later on. As it is 6:56 to go in the second period, 34 seconds on the Panther power play. They trail 3-2 here in the second period against Waukesha. Win the draw back to Timberlake. Timberlake working into the center point, now drops it off Laszlo near side. Timberlake once more. Looking to find an entry point here. He's going to trade with Damon and drop it off for him. Damon into the high slot, backhands, and here comes a one break for Kirchhofer. Good defense, though, from Timberlake, prevents it. 6:36 to play in the second period. 14 seconds. What a pass from Laszlo to Tyler Damon. Damon at the center line, fires it to Laszlo. Laszlo's got it at that point. Beats around his man, but it comes and is slotted out by Isaiah Dietrich. 2-1, and both teams are full strength with 6:23 to play in this period. Panthers trying to dig it out from behind their net. It's Timberlake that gets it. He flips it all the way to the near wall where Laszlo will try and hold it. He's challenged hard at the point there by Kirchhofer. Mitchik looking to clear as well. Kirchhofer able to hold and send down. There's Timberlake, though, to grab it. Works its way to the slot, but Mitchik has it. He tries to clear one out, but Larson able to hold it in. Tenacious forecheck by the Wings. They get a shot out of it and a nice save from Ayers. Man, what pressure on the forecheck from Waukesha.
Definitely, and from Oregon's side, this is what we needed to see out of them coming into this period. Having that possession, that zone time, and they've shown that when they get that, they can make Waukesha pay.
And we've seen some great passing, especially on the power play, the kind of passing we're used to, that creativity, that spontaneity, but we still haven't seen Rohrer get back up on the bench.
Zymek against Sorge. Zymek wins it, but at the center point, it's knocked back in by McGonigal of Waukesha. Puck on the near wall from McCormick. He can't clear, but it comes to Shiljan. Shiljan battling in his own slot, cakes it, drags it, and moves it ahead. His pass came from behind the center line. That's going to be an icing call, and we'll head back to the Panther zone for a face-off with 5:40 to play. Actually, clock still running. Score table stops at 5:37 to play.
It looks like Tyson Rohrer is getting ready for his next shift. Saw him walking around on the backside of the bench there. It looks like he'll be back for this game.
Excellent. So with 5:37 to go, it's Zymek once more against Sorge, far side of the Panther zone. Zymek sends it to the back wall where Gage Shiljan will take it and skate up that far side. Move ahead to Zymek. It goes past him, but does come into center ice. Delayed off sides, but Waukesha checks up and puts forecheck on. Shiljan up along the near wall for Strassman. Strassman can't keep it moving. It comes back to Gage here, and now to the near side for Pat McCormick. McCormick challenged by Steve McGonigal. And that puck skated away by Ryan Mitchik, back behind the net. Good turnaround by Mitchik and finds McCormick on that near wall. McCormick carrying cross ice all the way to Strassman. It's poked and knocked back in by Shiljan. Shiljan near wall now for Mitchik with 5:05 to go. His pass to McCormick intercepted by Sorge, but McCormick grabs it, sends to the far side as he takes a big hit from Nickerson. Puck still on that near side. Panthers unable to clear, but now they do grab. Zymek trying to get it. No, he loses to Nickerson. Mitchik takes it away. Send to that near wall. They're still trying to work it into center. Now Mitchik able to clear to the point, but it's knocked back in by Broda. Puck still behind the net here. Trying to take it is Thomas Noki. Digging it off the wall for Shiljan and Mitchik for Oregon. Move forward to Pat McCormick near side. McCormick all the way across ice to Strassman. And nice knock in and hold by Waukesha. Now it's finally thrown down, and the Panthers just want to get a change. They'll send it for icing. Boy, they just could not clear it to save their lives. Pat McCormick trying for these long cross-ice passes kept getting picked off.
Yeah, but there was a lot of good support along the boards. Every time it got pinned up, you saw 2 or 3 Panthers jerseys there, and they were able to then control that bottom half of the zone.
Face-off near side of the Panther zone after the icing call. 4:27 to play in the second period. Waukesha Wings on top, 3-2. Puck goes to the back wall of the Panther zone where Hayden Bell will have it. He moves up the near side for Zach Roscos. Roscos, a great one-touch to Colton Ayers and across to Rohrer. Entering left wing side. Rohrer tries to tip it into Ayers. Ayers can't get a stick on it, and it's skated back by Kirkhofer. Big collision and a penalty coming up against Oregon. This is going to be, I believe, interference against Timberlake. Oregon gets a stick on it. We'll look for the signal here. And it is interference. Carson Timberlake to the box for 2 minutes. Dangerous time for the Panthers.
Yeah, this is not a game that anybody wants to take a penalty because so far, with the exception of one power play, they've scored on every power play each side.
Yeah, definitely. And so what Oregon really needs to do is they've learned that with their aggressive penalty kill, they have trouble with passing down low. Their defense is what really needs to make this happen.
It'll be Tyson Rohrer taking on Garrett Wilderman in the far side of the Panther zone. 2-minute power play for Waukesha Wings after the interference call against Timberlake. We're into the slot for Nickerson. He couldn't hold on to it. Nickerson, and Rohrer backhands to the point where it's stopped up by Larson. Move across and they find Tucker. Now back Larson center point. Drags, fires, and a great save from Jacob Ayers. Made it look easy.
And Ayers hasn't had to work a lot this period. That's 22 shots on goal, and at the beginning of this period it was 18 or 19 shots on goal versus 8 or 9. So there have been a lot more work down in Waukesha's end. So you want to make sure that Ayers is able to track that puck, see it. That'll make a difference on a penalty kill.
Tyler Damon in the dot taking on Wilderman once again. Puck gets lost, and Damon able to skate it forward, trying to get after it, pokes at it, and here comes Damon following up as Trenton Tucker will take it for Waukesha. Finds Chad Larson. Larson turns it quickly the other way, enters on the far side. Ayers keeps him to the outside, as does Shiljan, forces him to run all the way around to the near side. They both get tied up, both go down, but it's Nickerson that controls for Waukesha. Rim hard to the far side, that might be out of reach. No, a nice stop by Wilderman and send to the point. Great knockoff and a great fire down by Tyler Damon. Excellent play by the Panthers. Minute 14 on the power play, 3:20 to go in the period. Puck to the blue line, and they enter the zone with Trenton Tucker. Beat across, and they find Larson. He goes all the way back to his far point position. Damon putting a little pressure on, and now he's able to send the pass down. Working inside is Wilderman. His shot, boy, deflected, but it gets on the pad, and now it's cleared out by Timberlake. Nice job by Ayers to get the pad on that one. That changed direction on it.
And this allows them to get a good line change because you saw Damon was really tired out there.
50 seconds to go on the power play. 2:50 to play in the game. Puck on the near corner. Mitchik trying to dig it out. He finds Rohrer now. Rohrer rims hard and rims clear. Another clear for these Panthers. Putting the forecheck pressure on is Roscos. Garrett Larson leaves it off for Chad Larson. Chad behind his net sends forward and moves that one across. And here come the Wings the other way. 26 seconds on the power play. 2:30 to go in the period. Puck loose in the slot. Ryan Mitchik clears it down. Panthers doing an excellent job on this penalty kill, only allowing one play. Now we've got a delayed penalty, and the tripping call will go against
the Wings.
The
number
Wings.
15.
Yep, and it's number 15, Garrett Wilderman, called for tripping. So we will have 16 seconds of 4-on-4, followed by a minute 44 of a power play for the Panthers.
That's actually on Oregon. It's a 5-on-3. That was and that's the call that I saw. That's what I had. That's why I was kind of looking a little confused here. But
Gotcha.
Tyson Rohrer wrapped his stick right around and pulled 15 down.
Yeah. So 16 seconds, as you say, of 5-on-3 hockey as Tyson Rohrer heads to the box for the trip. And then it will be a minute 44 of 5-on-4. Panthers really putting themselves in a box here. No pun intended. 2:22 to play in the period. It looks like Zach Roscos, the alternate captain, getting an explanation on that penalty. But it'll be Roscos along with Hayden Bell and Gage Shiljan to try and kill off this 5-on-3 before they can get one more skater back on the ice. Roscos will take on Trenton Tucker in the faceoff dot. Puck loose, and now it's controlled by the Wings. They move it up to the point for Nickerson. Nickerson working his way down low, and he drops that one off for Wilderman. Now feed across. Here comes Chad Larson into the high slot. His shot goes just wide on the right side, and the Panthers trying to dig it out. Tyler Damon hits the ice here after that first penalty expires. It's now 5-on-4. Minute 38 on that power play as the Wings still control in the Panther zone. Chad Larson skating to the near point. Now he flicks the shot in. It's wide and ends up behind the net where it's taken by Broda. Broda near side, minute 50 to play, minute 26 on the power play. Center point, Chad Larson now drops off. Low angle shot for Tucker. Great block from Hayden Bell. Trenton Tucker to the center point again. Chad Larson winds but settles down and finds Wilderman. Wilderman top of the far circle. Now moves it across to Larson. Bouncing puck, he can't do it, and it's nice job by Damon to get a hand on that one and knock it free. Puck back into the zone for Trenton Tucker once more. Minute 27 to go in the game. Even minute on the power play. 3-2 the lead for the Waukesha Wings. Skating around near side is Chad Larson. Has it poked away from behind by Zach Roscoe. He continues to accelerate though. Picks it up near side. Send to Tucker. Tucker into the high slot. Drops off for Wilderman far side. Wilderman tries to get a shot in. The deflection sends it wide. Wrapping around, shooting, and scoring is Kevin Broda, and Ayers just couldn't get there in time. They get another power play goal, lead 4-2.
That was an adjustment made by Waukesha. They've been seeing that Ayers is having a hard time getting across when it's behind the net, and that was something they've been trying to do, I think. And again, they were just able to get it past. Another power play goal, and that makes it 4-2.
3 out of the 4 have been power play goals for Waukesha. 1 of 2 for Oregon. Technically, really both were power play goals because it occurred 1 second after the penalty expired. So a minute 5 to go in the second period. Waukesha back out to a 2-goal lead. A little confusion about who should be on which line here for Waukesha. Dejectedly, Josiah Dietrich heads back to the bench. And it will be Zymek taking on Sorge in the center faceoff dot. It's controlled by Nickerson. He moves that one over to Noki. Noki from the top of the circle. Nickerson tries a deflection, but the bouncing puck is picked up by Ayers. 57.8 to play in the second.
This goes to what we were talking about at the beginning of the game. Oregon having to stay out of the box. And we've seen some penalties. You know, obviously, Waukesha's converted. Hopefully they can get something going here, even strength.
Off the faceoff, it is controlled by Oregon. Sent to the point, though. Knocked back out, and here's Pat McCormick. Great cross ice to Strassman, and Strassman dumps in. 49 seconds to play in the period. Strassman to pick this one up, sends towards center, but it's broken up by the Wings and taken to their far side. Skating hard with it is Kirchhofer. He's challenged on the wall. The loose puck comes to Timberlake, and turning around, McCormick able to send it in. Boy, a delayed penalty coming here. This will go against Oregon once they get their stick on it. 31 seconds to play in the period, but the Wings are able to hold this one. They send it forward and keep control of the possession. Nickerson has it as heading to the bench is Garrett Larson. Nickerson a light shot and a cover from Jacob Ayers, and now we will get the signal on the delayed penalty against the Panthers. Contact to the head is the call, and with 19.3 seconds to go, the Panthers will get to the box on the contact to the head penalty. It's no, it won't be Pat McCormick. It'll be Carson Timberlake, excuse me. He's whistled for the infraction. Power play will extend into the third period for Waukesha.
Yeah, and the question is right now, and even the score, they want to know the time because they're giving them 4. Yeah, it's going to be a 4-minute double minor.
Doubling him up on the double minor. So 4 minutes on the penalty time for Carson Timberlake, and that's huge, not just for the penalty, but for losing their captain, Carson Timberlake.
They're giving him 2.
No, we do only see a minor on there, so the referee signaling 4. I think the scorers just need to get the scoreboard under control here. But on the face-off, 19 seconds to play. It is controlled by the Wings in the Panther zone. They're on the power play. Quick shot, no, and the one-timer no good, but here's Chad Larson. Larson's shot, deflection attempt, ends up in the slot. Panthers trying to swat it away. Turning on it is Broda, sends to the corner with 6 seconds to play. Now Larson once again from the point. His shot deflected and scored. Oh, boy, with only 19 seconds to play, they use 17 of them and get a power play goal. That should end the first minor against Timberlake, but he'll have another 2 minutes to serve as we head toward the end of this period. 5-2 the lead for Waukesha.
And that is a heartbreaker for 2 reasons. 1, 2 seconds left in the period, and 2, all the work they did to get back into this game has now been erased in about 8 minutes of the period.
It's really evaporated on them, and it's Kevin Broda that is credited. That's his second goal of the game. The period ends, and when we come back, we'll have a minute 58 of a power play for Waukesha on the second half of that double minor for head contact assessed to Carson Timberlake. And you can hear it in my voice. I'm an Oregon fan, I'll admit it. I'm a bit of a homer, and it is tough to watch them have such a successful front half of this period only to have such an unsuccessful back half.
Yeah, they were up and down on that one. They worked really, really hard through that period, especially that first half where they really dominated most of the play. And then a couple bad decisions happen, and they end up losing all the ground they came up with. And right now, the coach is talking to refs. I know Damon's out there, Timberlake's out there, and I think Timberlake's arguing the call.
I would encourage him not to do that because there is, as you and I talked about, there's just never in the history of man has a referee gone, you're quite right. You make an excellent argument, and I'm going to rescind that call.
Exactly. So I can understand the frustration, but right now they really need to just find the same legs they came out with in the second period, push that through into the third. They're not out of this game by a long shot.
Well, and Derek, if I could piggyback off what you told us in the Monona Grove game, there's one word I would use here as I saw the Panthers coming off the ice, which is dejected, and that's sort of how we saw them at the start of the FG game, and we're seeing something similar now.
Yeah, and the big thing with that is they obviously built a lot of momentum, scoring those power plays. Then we didn't exactly see that coming into the penalty kill, and it is frustrating when you're taking penalties that, especially ones that you might not agree with, you start to regress a little bit. So I think this is really where you see coaching come into play. Is right now you have a locker room full of pretty pissed off kids who want to win, and way to do that is your coach has to come in and make a difference.
Without a doubt. And Dan, we really saw them doing in the first half of the period what we talked about they needed to do. They generated a lot of good offensive zone time. They had some outstanding passing. They were getting good entries. The passing on the power plays to generate some of the shots we saw, but for a couple of very late last-second interventions by the Waukesha defense, it's easily 3-3 at one point here. As it is, though, it ends up being 5-2 as they just sort of fell off in the back half of that period.
I don't know if they fell off. I think they just fell back into bad habits. Penalties they didn't need to take, well behind the play in the offensive zone. These are the kinds of mistakes we've seen them make, and it's what cost them, in my opinion, the game against West. I think the game against Edgewood, I'll bite my tongue on the officiating that was horrible in that game. But the point is, when they fall back into these habits, they find themselves in positions where then they start forcing. And when you force with frustration, the mental mistakes happen, which is exactly what happened on the penalty before the double minor here, well behind the play.
Without a doubt. Derek, as we come out in the third period here, 3-goal lead, not insurmountable, but definitely difficult to overcome in one period. But besides, sort of gathering themselves and avoiding some of these sillier penalties that they've taken, what does Oregon need to do against the Wings here? How do they adjust?
They need to bring up clean physicality. And we've talked about being physical through this entire game, and we obviously don't want to sound like a broken record, but that can really change the tone of a game, especially towards the referee. The refs seeing right now that Oregon team that maybe they're used to seeing of taking penalties that they don't need to take, where if Oregon can show that they can play a game along the boards, even in open ice, that is physical, effective, and clean, that is ultimately, that can be a momentum shift.
Alrighty, folks, we've got 17 minutes of hockey left. The Panthers are down 5-2, but the game is not over. Do not go anywhere. You're watching OCAmedia's presentation of Oregon Panthers boys hockey. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Zach Seeloff, Dan and Derek Greatchuck here in the booth with you for the third and final period of the second round of the Groundhog Day tournament. The Oregon Panthers taking on the Waukesha Wings here in Sun Prairie. Wings have a 5-2 lead, and boy, that was a tough second period for the Panthers, and in fact, they will start with 1:58 of a penalty to kill here in the third.
Yeah, and this period is going to be real important, especially the first 5 minutes of this period. Obviously kill the 2 minutes that are on the board for the power play, but then they need to do a stronger job of moving the puck. But one thing I just saw as everybody was coming in, and it's what I want to see, Tyler Damon patting everybody on the head. Let's go, let's go, let's go. That's the sign of leadership on a team, to get your team in it.
I want to see him come back here, and I want to see him kill this penalty off. That's going to be the big key. So Carson Timberlake will spend 1:58 in the box to start this third and final period. We've got 17 minutes to go, and the draw is won by the Panthers. Ryan Mitchick, far side, sends it all the way in. Garrett Larson stops it behind the Wings cage. Putting the pressure on is Zach Roscoe. He'll retreat and get back in defense here with 16:40 to play in the third and final period as the Wings move it through center ice. Entering the zone is Trenton Tucker, and he'll set up near side for the offense. Chad Larson at the top. Moving it across to Wilderman. Now back to Larson. Larson winds, fires, deflection, and that sends it over the cage and to the near side. Ryan Mitchell takes a shot up against the wall by Broda. Now stepping in as Rohrer as well, trying to dig this one out. Instead, they get it to Nickerson and send up to Larson once again. 16:24 to play in the period. Minute 20 on the power play. Larson at the center point, drags, fires, deflection, sends that one to the near wall for Wilderman again. Wilderman drops down. Here's Broda behind the net looking to distribute. Turns around and sends instead to the opposite side. Now Chad Larson, center point. Drops off, and the kick is a little strong. Shiljan able to put a challenge on, but a nice stop by Wilderman, and he controls on the near wall. Near point, Larson, and Larson center point. Backhands it back to Wilderman. Wilderman can't get there. Shiljan, nice tap, and here comes Tyson Rohrer. Rohrer going to put a little forecheck pressure on Chad Larson as he shadows him through center ice. And a hand up, delayed penalty coming. We're going to get Tyson Rohrer for the slash here as Damon gets a stick on it. Let's check the official signal just to be sure, but I'm almost certain that'll be 2 minutes for slashing. Don't have a signal yet, but it is Tyson Rohrer. He goes right to the box. So 40 seconds of 5-on-3 slashing is the call.
I don't know if I agree with that call. I think that one was just maybe a ref trying to put a lid on the game, letting everybody know that they're not going to deal with anything, but that was iffy.
Tyson Rohrer called for the slash. We'll have 40 seconds of 5-on-3, followed by a minute 20 of 5-on-4 as the Wings extend their power play with 15:40 to play in the game. Dragging this one around is Nickerson. Works all the way around and now kicks back to Wilderman, center point. Nice inside pass. That one makes it to Tucker. Now center point Larson. Panthers in their triangle defense here. Nice job. Here comes Tyler Damon on a possible breakaway. Stepping up to play it is the goalie, Garrett Larson. He'll rim it around, and Damon will cut back. 17 seconds on the 5-on-3. 15-17 to play in the game. Turning it around in his own territory is Chad Larson as Damon circles like a shark in the water. Larson to the center point. Looks to drop off, now cuts to the center dot, fires a low-angle shot, and a great pad save from Jacob Ayers. 2-1, and now it's 5-on-4 as Timberlake reports back to the ice. That shot covered up by Ayers. And with 14:59 to go, we'll have a minute 17 of a 5-on-4 power play for the Wings as the Panthers kill off that first penalty.
I don't think that last penalty call was because the refs wanted to put a lid on this game, because there probably should have been one on Waukesha there for hooking on Damon.
Yeah, right as he got the break, just perfect hook right back in. But we saw Garrett able to play the puck.
Face-off won by the Wings. A nice job by Colton Ayers to get it with the skate and knock it into center ice. Minute 9 to play on the power play. 14:48 to play in the game. Wings do a nice long pass there to Trenton Tucker, and he enters the zone on the left wing side. Stops at the point. His pass to the center broken up by Hayden Bell. Now drop down. It's Broda behind the net looking to distribute. Broda still carrying behind the net. Forced off by Bell and sends outside. Center point Chad Larson. Wind, his shot deflected, but it ends up behind the net for Broda once more. 46 seconds on the power play. 14:26 in the period. Wilderman takes it near wall for the Wings. Wilderman drops down. Broda can't stop it, but instead it'll go around to Trenton Tucker on the far side. Now center point Larson. Larson drags, fires another one. Another pad save from Ayers, and the puck to the near wall. Timberlake looking to hassle it, but it sends to the point for Nickerson. Wilderman near wall, drops off for Broda. Timberlake stepping up. 22 seconds on the power play. 14:03 in the game. Wings still controlling the Panther zone. Center point Chad Larson once more. Drop down, feed into the slot. Nickerson knocked off it. Panthers trying to turn. They send it towards the point and out into center ice. 8 seconds left on the power play. 13:48 in the game. Puck comes in again. Timberlake able to clear, and that will end this penalty. 1-0. Back on the ice is Tyson Rohrer, and both teams are full strength. Great PK there from the Panthers. And in fact, this one coming into center ice, Shiljan trying to move it forward. It's tapped back, but Rohrer will take it. 13:30 to play. Hand up, delayed penalty coming now against the Wings as Tyson Rohrer to the high slot. Has it knocked off his tape, but stepping up is a Rose. Oh, I felt the Panthers didn't feel like the Wings established possession. They wanted that one to continue, but interference is the call against Waukesha, and now the Panthers will have a 2-minute power play.
Yeah, that sure as heck didn't look like the Wings had possession of that puck. It didn't look it, but again, we're not right on the ice.
That is true. Oregon has a chance to really pull back momentum in this, in the sense of they killed a 5-on-3, they killed another power play, and now they're back on the power play. We'll see if they can do it here.
Wilderman called for interference. Panthers win the draw on the power play, controlling the Waukesha zone. Top of the circle, Damon and Roscoe's playing with it. Damon shot, boy, takes out his man Sorge, fires another shot, and the rebound comes to the near wall. Sorge looks like he's suffering a little bit for that hit. In fact, he'll skate to the bench. 13:05 to play in the game. Minute 40 on the power play. What a shot delivered by Josiah Dietrich. He's going to try and grab this one in Panther territory. He does. Panthers look to take him off it. It's Timberlake that grabs and drops off for Damon. Minute 28 to go on the power play now. 12:50 to go in the game. Panthers down by 3, but they're on the power play after a Waukesha interference call. Nice pass as Damon enters left wing side. Goes all the way to the near corner. Still controlling the puck as he takes a hit up against the wall. Drops it off for Rohrer. Rohrer looking to move behind the net. Nice move with the puck, and he'll send up to the point here. No, into the slot for Timberlake. Can't get a hold of it, and Josiah Dietrich able to send it all the way back down. And in fact, it's nothing but Waukesha players there. A light tap from Jacob Ayers, but it's Damon that's able to grab the puck and leave it behind for Timberlake. 56 seconds on the power play. 12:19 to go in the game. Panthers moving it forward to Laszlo Rose. Nice hop by Laszlo to avoid losing the puck, but now he does have it knocked off his tape, that time by McGonigal, as Damon tries to send it back to him. Damon, I don't think, was expecting that pass, but he picks it up with an even 40 seconds on the power play. Puck moves forward. It's Tyson Rohrer far side. Rohrer moves around his man. Laszlo tries to keep it going, but instead it's poked off once again. And here come the Wings. The Wings 2-on-2. They take a light shot. It's taken by Ayers and now skated away by Timberlake. Find Hayden Bell on the near side. Bell looking to move through a couple of different men. He dumps it forward for Laszlo to chase after. 11:44 in the game. 19 seconds on the power play. Bell on the far side sends it along behind the cage. Turning around on that one is Broda. Puck behind the net, again taken by Laszlo. He tries a low-angle shot, nothing doing. Still stuck behind that wall. Send into Bell. Bell can't turn on it in time, but now he's got it once more. Send all the way across to Shiljan. 11:26 to go in the game. Shiljan a shot, and it's too high as the penalty expires. Both teams are full strength. Panthers still controlling the Waukesha zone. Laszlo working his way around. He gets hassled and knocked up against the wall by McGonigal, and the puck to the near side taken by Trenton Tucker. Tucker of the Wings goes for a long saucer pass. It's broken up in center ice by Gage Shiljan, but swatted in beneath the skates of a leaping linesman with an even 11 minutes to play. Panthers still down by 3 here in the third and final period. Puck to center ice, dumped back into the Oregon zone where Gage Shiljan will have it. Shiljan sets up behind his net, now moves along to Pat McCormick on the far side. McCormick has to turn it back around to Mitchick and retreat behind his own cage once more. Mitchick lead pass to Damon. It's off Damon's tape. Wind in a shot. They try for the deflection off Shiljan. Nothing doing. They got that to go in the first period, but not now. 10:37 to play in the game. Waukesha still controlling in the Oregon zone. Mitchick looks to play with the skate as it comes to the near wall. Everyone's still getting after that. Stepping up from the point is Kirchhofer, and it's held to the point by Waukesha again. Here's Ayers, though, and Ayers able to knock it into the center ice. Damon gets in front of that one, but it's swatted back in. He'll take it as he retreats on, sends it along the glass. 10:16 to play. Puck back into Oregon territory. Again, gloved by Damon, and he'll set up a long pass here. Moves it ahead to Pat McCormick. McCormick to Zymek. Zymek's got one man to beat. He's trying to get around him on the corner. Sends through to center, but there's nobody there except Wings players. The Wings send a long one down. This should come for icing. The hand is up, and there is the call. And we're seeing from the Panthers the same thing we saw in the first period, just real trouble breaking out of their offensive zone.
Definitely, and the issue with that power play was just that of, instead of going back to that dumping chase mentality, they're back to what they kind of started with, which wasn't really working, and that's having that pretty clean, nice breakout.
Zymek against Trenton Tucker in the faceoff dot for the Panthers. Panthers knock it to the rear wall. Broda tries to send it forward, but Zymek's got it, moves it up to the point for Timberlake. Chad Larson, though, with a nice pass, a nice backhanded move there by Wilderman, and finds Larson again. Larson's behind the defense, drags and crashes into Jacob Ayers. Gets up, and we're back to playing once more. Panthers controlling their defensive zone. Hayden Bell forward to Pat McCormick. McCormick trying to turn around on this one. He's knocked off the puck with 9:32 to play. Hayden Bell will have it behind the Panther cage, look to break it out. Nice lead pass to Strassman, good handle. Strassman swings over the top, but knocking it in is Zymek. Hand is up, and icing the call as that was kicked from behind the red line. We'll head back to the Panther zone.
The clock right now is Oregon's enemy, and they need to find better ways of getting it through the neutral zone, and Derek said it. They've got to do more dump and chase, work in those corners, win the 50-50 battles, and try and generate some traffic to get some shots.
9:22 to play in this game. Wings enjoy a 5-2 advantage. It'll be Thomas Noki taking on Laszlo Rose in the faceoff dot. Puck drops. Laszlo drops it off. He finds Mitchik. Mitchik fires that one, and striding after it is Tyler Damon. He's behind the defense. Damon into the slot. Shot wide and just misses on the left side. To the point, held by Gage Shiljan. Moves it down to Laszlo. Laszlo swings over the top, still trying to dig that one off. Hassled by Kirkhofer. Got a second assist in there. Lots of players battling for this puck. It's still stuck on that near wall. Wings look to clear it out. Held to the point. Shiljan winds and fires, and just getting there in time is Larson. Oh, a nice hook back by Laszlo. A shot from Damon, and we've got a delayed penalty coming against Waukesha. This, I believe, will be a roughing or a cross-checking. Let's get the signal just to be sure. Cross-checking is what they'll call. A late shot to the face of Tyler Damon leads to another Panther power play.
Good composure by Damon to not retaliate, skate away. Very well done.
That's something we've talked about so many times. If you get that penalty drawn, you just skate away, and that's exactly what Damon did. And now I'm wondering what he's talking to the ref about, but that was just smart heads-up play by Damon, even though he took a shot right to the face.
Josiah Dietrich is the one that is whistled for that penalty. Tyler Damon will stay in here on the power play. 8 minutes and 46 seconds left in the game. 2 minutes of a power play for Oregon after the cross-checking call. Damon's got it center point. Now he lets one go. Boy, hits hard on Trenton Tucker's shin pad, but the Panthers still control. Nice move by Tyson Rohrer. He gets his way to the slot. He fires the shot. It's loose in front. Hayden Bell trying to get there. Rohrer trying to get there. Wrapping around, turning, shooting, and no signal.
What are they calling it?
No signal.
No, they're bringing.
No goal.
Oh,
no
wow.
goal is the call.
Wow.
No goal is the call. Panthers wanted that one badly, tried to wrap it around. They had Larson in a very rare position, which is out of position, but can't get the score. Minute 38 on the power play, 8:25 in the game, as we'll have another face-off in the wing zone. Linesman getting ready to drop here. Puck falls, and the Panthers send it into that near corner. Taken away by Broda, and he moves up the far wall. Nice job by Timberlake to hold that one in the zone with 8:18 to play. Now it is cleared out by Thomas Noki and sent all the way down into the Panthers zone. Jacob Ayers gathers it up for Tyler Damon with 1:24 on that power play. Damon, a great little flick, and he's chasing after it himself. He's got teammates coming as he enters on the right wing side. Damon looking to get back, sends to the point. Rohrer's got it there and works his way to the far corner. Rohrer turning around, still controlling, looking for his pass here as he cuts to the face-off dot, now into the high slot. Turning all the way around on a coast-to-coast tour. Here comes Rohrer around his man. Backhand knocked away, and Tyson Rohrer still controls. 59 seconds on the power play. Rohrer, another shot. Deflection by Bell, no good. Rohrer chasing after it. Plays it forward with the hand and continues to control. That puck knocked off, but Bell will get it. Sends up to Roscos. Roscos, center point Damon. Back to Roscos, top of the near circle. 7:30 in the game, 44 seconds. His shot bit wide on the near wall. Roscos trying to get there in time. Damon dives after it, but we've got a breakaway for Thomas Noki, and instead Ayers will just cover, and we'll have the face-off in the Panthers zone. 33 seconds left on the power play. How about Tyler Damon diving after that puck?
Yeah, it's a good dive. The problem is that if he doesn't connect and that puck slows down, it's one man coming in all alone.
7:19 to play in the game. 33 seconds to go on the power play. Waukesha still up 5-2. In the face-off circle, it's Colt Ayers taking on Chad Larson. Puck drops. Larson, a shot and a great blocker save by Ayers. What a play by Larson as Laszlo turns this one around to Carson Timberlake. Timberlake up the near wall for a rose once again. Lots of pressure here coming from Waukesha. They enjoy a forecheck type penalty kill as well. Pass picked off in the slot. Backhand score on the shorthand. Gage Shiljan. Boy, is he going to want that one back. Tries to tap a backhander all the way across the ice. Garrett Wilderman steps in front and gets the shorthanded goal.
That's an aggressive penalty kill with two people deep, but they were looking for those long passes. And again, when something like that happens, they're going to come in all alone, just left Ayers out to dry.
Definitely, and that's a pass of hockey coaches will say it, not up the middle, not through the middle, never the middle. And unfortunately, that's one that they had to give up.
Gage Shiljan, usually such an outstanding defenseman, and you could tell he swatted his stick against the boards, frustrated with himself on a mental error there. And in fact, that may be what the referees are discussing, whether to issue a misconduct penalty or an unsportsmanlike penalty against Shiljan for the stick swat.
Yeah, they shouldn't. That should not be a call. Again, I don't know if that's really what this discussion is.
They said something to Coach Liebert. but it does seem like we're ready to go. So there will be no penalty issued to Gage Chilton. Panthers will remain on the power play for another 15 seconds. Try and get one back, now trailing 6-2 with 7 minutes even to play. Timberlake skates up the right wing side, gets it into the zone briefly, but Waukesha able to send it right back out. 9 seconds on the power play as Colton Ayers skates back to pick it up for Oregon. Ayers distributes over to Timberlake. 6:48 to go, 1 second on the power play. Both teams full strength as Zach Roscoe carries right wing side. Works around his man, tries to send into center, takes a shot for his trouble, keeps fighting for that puck though and does get it across to Colton Ayers. Ayers though stripped of it by Broda as Broda turns around, loses it into the slot. Roscoe can't get there and Timberlake goes over the top as Thomas Noki sends it down. Tyson Rohrer for the Panthers wraps it to the far side for Hayden Bell. Bell protects it there nicely, but he's forced to retreat back deeper in. Now finds Rohrer far side, and Rohrer's got a little bit of a movement here. Here comes Tyson Rohrer. Rohrer trying to drag through his men. Instead, it's going to be a delayed offsides as Colton Ayers will have to pick it up with 6:10 to play in the game. Hayden Bell moves forward. A nice chip by Zach Roscoe will send it into the zone as we get a defensive change for Oregon. Skating it away is Kevin Broda of Waukesha. Taps forward, trying to get it to Thomas Noki. Instead, it's too strong. Zymek takes. Mitchik falls down. Here's Noki. Noki a shot. Pad save. Second chance. No good. Oh, my goodness. Nickerson had a second chance. What a stop by Jacob Ayers on a play that looked eerily similar to the previous goal. 5:44 to play as the puck's on the far wall of the Oregon zone. They clear it into center ice where it's stopped up by McGonigal of the Wings. McGonigal rifles one in. It's skated away this time by Gage Chilton, and Chilton leaves one forward for Strassman on the left wing side. Strassman dumps that one into the corner as he and Andy Zymek follow it up. Zymek and McCormick on that wall, now stepping up to the point. Mitchik's shot is saved, and it works its way to the far side, now back to the near side, being carried by Dietrich. Dietrich sends into center ice. It's too long. Mitchik takes it there, finds Strassman. No, doesn't find Strassman, and instead it's an icing call. We'll head back to the Panther zone with 5:12 to play.
Right now, Waukesha is doing a great job of taking away the two most important things in hockey. That's time and space. Every time the puck gets over to an area where they think they can move, there's a Wings player right there.
Definitely. And Oregon, if they can, they need to not only, obviously with the breakout, you want it quick, you want it clean, but just get it past the red line. And they're having a hard time doing that.
Panthers down 6-2 with 5:11 to play. Wings win the faceoff. The shot's deflected away, and we have a referee down. Oh, boy, I wonder if the linesman took a stick during the faceoff. He is on his knees and in pain. Training staff from Oregon coming to tend to him. I wonder, I didn't see what happened. Did either of you guys, I'm not sure if maybe a stick got up high off the face-off.
It looks like he caught a stick.
Yeah.
I heard the thump of him hitting the ice, which I don't know if – no, he did. It made a loud noise, and I don't know if he got tangled up with a player or if he caught a stick up. I think if he caught a stick up high, somebody would have had a towel out there already under to try and maybe pick up any blood or anything. I hope he's okay, because in the last game we saw a ref did get a stick up high, and it looked like he might need a stitch or two, so we hope he's okay.
Yep. Oregon training staff tending to the linesmen. Big shout out to all the trainers that participate in high school sports. They're a huge part of keeping these games safe. Linesman back on his feet under his own power. Very good to see. And it looks like he's going to stay in the game. So I wish we had the names of the officials. I don't, but big thanks to this officiating crew and especially this linesman who's going to fight through the pain here and finish up this last 5 minutes and 8 seconds of the third period. So we will do this face-off again. 6-2 is the score in favor of Waukesha. Both number 15s, Laszlo Arose and Garrett Wilderman, take each other on. Wilderman does win it, and Chad Larson has it on that far side. Back to Wilderman now and rifles it down behind the Panther net. Timberlake striding, trying to get there before Tucker does. Tucker able to squirt it back behind the net, and Chad Larson will have it for the Wings. He fires into center. Tucker tries the one-timer. He's tangled up and can't get the shot on. Puck moves forward along that near wall, but now taken again, now into center ice, and here's Laszlo Arose. Arose has Chad Larson in front of him. He lifts one forward. If this will settle down, it won't be icing, but it will not settle down. Icing the call, and 4:40 to go. We'll head back to the Panther zone.
Yeah, I don't understand that. That almost seemed like a panic kind of icing there. He had a lane to the left, or even could have just put it up on net. But again, when the clock is running against you at this point, you start trying to force things, and that's when bad decisions happen.
I wouldn't be surprised if we see a timeout from Oregon in the next 30 seconds here.
Yeah, absolutely. Just try and get things settled down. 4:40 to play. The Panthers do control. Gage Chilton sends one into center ice where it's quickly grabbed by Broda and sent back into Panther territory. Behind the cage, Ryan Mitchik will have it. He's challenged there by Thomas Noki. Moves it up along the far side where Zach Roscos is able to clear it cross ice to Rohrer. Rohrer can't stop it though as it bounces over his tape. A nice job by Shiljan though on that near wall to hold the puck, and Tyson Rohrer moves it along. Rohrer drags around his man. Good play with the puck, but eventually loses it. Broda's got it behind the wings net. Puck into the slot. Nearly stopped by Roscos, but now skated out by Nickerson. Shiljan reaches in, but Nickerson follows it up. Now Rohrer takes it away. Rohrer's got Roscos in the center. He curls around. He's behind his man. Shot low angle, and a pad save from Garrett Larson. Puck to the point, bounces over Gage Shiljan. Hand up for icing. This one will come down and take us back to the wings zone with 3:50 to play.
The move Rohrer put on in the corner over here that got him that outside from the outside to the inside was really creative. He kind of did a little spinning back and then moving it forward. That was just a good heads-up creative play. And we got number 27, Josiah Dietrich, who seems to be heading to the locker room.
Well, we'll check on him. Hopefully he's all right. Wonder if he got an injury or what. Off the face-off, the Wings do control in their own territory, and it's Kirchhofer to skate it forward. He drops that one off for Jacob Arndt. Arndt backhands to the blue line. Nice clear from Waukesha, and they move this one forward. It's Steven Dussault. Dussault trying to work it into the slot. Now has it poked away by Timberlake. Striding after it is Strassman, looking to get that one. It comes back into the Panther zone, though, for Timberlake. Cross ice to Pat McCormick. McCormick, a lead pass for Zymek. It's a bit strong. Isaiah Dietrich gets there first and sends it back. Nice move around the defense. That time it's carried by Douglas Kirchhofer. Kirchhofer up the glass. A great entry move. Here's Kirchhofer all alone against Ayers, and he scores. No goal.
No goal.
It hit both posts and came out. No goal to call. Strassman gets sandwiched in the middle there, but McCormick able to pick it up and skate this one in. Pat McCormick enters on the near side for the Panthers. He loses that puck to McGonigal. I cannot believe that did not go in. Hit both posts and came out. 2:51 to play. A big collision away from the play. And now here come the Panthers. Tyler Damon moves around his man, delivers a shot a little up high. That one cleared down by the Wings, cleared two down. And another icing call against Waukesha. 2:39 to play. We'll take the face-off in their zone.
This is when maturity and composure is so important for Oregon. And again, this will define how this team is going to be remembered. 2:39, you're down by 4. Chances are you're not going to be able to bury them, but how you end this game is just as important as whether you win it or you lose it. They need to stay composed and just keep trying to build, especially if they're trying to get one of their game DQs reviewed.
Absolutely. 2:39 to play in this game. 6-2 is the Waukesha lead. Panthers do win that draw. Gage Shiljan holds nicely at the blue line, sends towards the slot. Following up is Laszlo Arose. Now to the outer point, and it's taken by Chad Larson. Arose gets after him. Chopped at those legs a little bit, but Arose following it up. Kevin Broda the pass up forward, stepping up is Gage Shiljan. A nice play from his knees by Chad Larson, but Damon steps up, turns it around, sends towards the slot. Big collisions coming here, lots of hits being delivered by both teams, and Laszlo Arose able to turn that one around off the stick of McGonigal. McGonigal moves it up the near side for Broda, all the way along that near wall, and it comes to Gage Shiljan with 2 minutes to play in this game. 6-2 the lead for Waukesha. Coming the other way is Trenton Tucker as he comes in on the left wing side. Stops up, turns around, gets the puck to the point for Chad Larson. Now cross ice to Kevin Broda. His shot is deflected by Gage Shiljan, and Shiljan able to settle it down, taps it along the wall, but Broda holds very nicely up along the dasher and behind the net for Oregon. Moving ahead to Zach Roscos with 1:41 to play. Roscos cross ice to Gage Shiljan. Shiljan near side, around one man, around two men, and he follows the puck up all the way behind the Waukesha net. Shiljan still trying to get to this one. It's skated away by Kevin Broda once more. No, excuse me, that's Douglas Kirchhofer, and now into center ice. Taken there by Trevor Ponath. Ponath is behind the defense of Jake Fountain, now forced to stop up and cut back to the near side. His cross ice pass taken in the slot by Hayden Bell. Now he's got it back in the slot. Shot hitting the back of Jake Fountain and all the way to the far wall. Roscos can't grab that one. Instead, it's Kirchhofer again. His shot no good. And Strassman moving it up along. Boy, what a shot. And the referee blocks it with his hands, which pays off for Colton Ayers. He's one-on-one. His shot from the top of the circle. A pad save from Garrett Larson. Turning the other way now are the Wings, but it's quickly taken by the Panthers. Nice job by Roscos. His pass to Ayers goes all the way to the near wall. Ayers moves that one down into the zone with 45 seconds to play in the game. Garrett Larson, the goaltender, sends it to the far wall. Nice hold by Tyson Rohrer, works it down to Zach Roscos. Roscos into the slot as he takes a hit, now skated away and move forward, and coming the other way now are the Wings. Wings drop it off into center. Here's number 92, Jacob Hausen, in his first action of the game, and the puck to the near wall for Thomas Noki. 22 seconds to play as the puck still in Panther territory. Wings controlling. Panthers trying to drag it out. Tyson Rohrer loses control of it, and the Wings still hold with 15 seconds to play. Puck still on the wall. Now here comes Hayden Bell. 12 seconds to play. Goes cross ice to Carson Timberlake. Timberlake looks to move around his man and keep that puck going forward. He does, but striding after it is Jacob Hausen. Hausen moves it back for Brendan Moore. Moore has it stripped by Rohrer, and that will end this game. The Panthers fall 6-2 against the Waukesha Wings here in the Groundhog Day tournament at Sun Prairie.
Actually, it's the Groundhog tournament.
Not Groundhog Day tournament?
No.
Got it.
Obviously, you're not from Sun Prairie. See,
Obviously
Sun Prairie
not.
is the home of Jimmy the Groundhog.
And
okay. It's Punxsutawney Phil and Jimmy the Groundhog.
They do battle every year. Huh?
Yeah, they do. This was a good experience, I think, for Oregon in a lot of ways. One, they were down pretty quick by some goals. They were able to work their way back. They didn't get the end result they wanted, but they were able to finish this game and pretty much be happy with a lot of what happened in this game. Penalties seemed to get them, unfortunately, again. But again, they should be happy with a lot of what happened in this game.
Derek, what's your thoughts on this overall?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, we talked about it earlier in the first intermission, and that was Oregon is playing a team that plays their style. A little bit more gritty, just in that they seem more comfortable in the boards. Some things there, but the big thing is they had a team that was a clean breakout, very physical, and even though this was a defensive-oriented team, they put up 6 goals. So I think that they can definitely learn from this and go on throughout the tournament.
I have to say, if there was a better illustration of the problems of penalties, I don't know what it is. The Panthers gave up 4 power play goals in this game. They lost by 4. I mean, that's the difference here between them and Waukesha, at least tonight.
It really was. Some of the penalties, I wasn't 100% in agreement with the call, but at the end of the day, spending that kind of time in the box just is never going to help you out. You end up killing your penalty killers. They get really tired. They had 2 5-on-3s they had to kill off. They had 5-on-3s, then followed by another penalty. That's what ended up being the difference. But again, it could have gotten out of hand towards the end, but it didn't. They stayed respectful, and they played a smart, mature game.
Alrighty, just before we get going, let's go 1 star from each team. Derek, start with you. Who do you like?
Well, we'll start with Waukesha, and I'm going to go with number 19, Chad Larson. beat you to that one, Dad.
Yeah, you did.
He played everywhere he needed to be, did a great job of, quarterbacking the power play, got shots through. He, I believe, scored 2 goals.
I'll double check for you, but
yeah, either way, he just was very instrumental in their power play and in their just regular offense as well. For Oregon, I'm going to go with Tyler Damon. So big thing with that, he was a truck out there. I mean, he hit pretty much everything that moved. He did it clean. He didn't take a penalty this game, which is very impressive. That's very good for them. But he also showed some great leadership. Even on the way off the ice here, tapping guys, nice job, good game. We obviously didn't get the outcome we wanted, but still, let's go in with our heads held high. So that's those are my 2 stars.
Dan, who do you like?
I like your pick on Tyler Damon because, again, the leadership he showed, his on-ice composure, I was happy with. But I got to go with Tyson Rohrer. There were so many times where he carried that puck and he individually moved that puck in to generate some scoring chances. I think a couple times he tried to do a little much, but the composure and confidence that he showed out there is something you got to be happy with. And on the other side, I got to go with Isaiah Dietrich. I think he was another player whose name you heard an awful lot. He was on defense. He really shored up on their penalty kills, trying to make sure nothing got in front of their goal. So those are the 2 guys I'm going with. Zach?
For myself, for Waukesha, I'll start with Kevin Broda. Had 2 goals, senior defenseman for them. The kind of guy who is really digging the puck out of the corners when you're in your zone and then making that one pass up to the winger that got them going. He played, I thought, great on the defensive side of things. For the Panthers, it's a little tougher. After you guys took away Damon and Rohrer, I'm in a little more of a pickle here. I'm not quite sure. I think I'm actually going to go with, and this might surprise some people, I'm going to go with Jacob Ayers. I think most of the goals that went against Ayers were really not on him. And I thought when he faced some really challenging opportunities, particularly when they were 5-on-5, he did a great job keeping them in the game. a lot of the power play goals that they had, we had the one shorthanded goal where the guy just gets a breakaway on the blown pass. What can you do there? They had another breakaway on one of their power play goals. But when he was facing them even up, when he was facing them in the kind of game situations where you need your goaltender to be everything he can be, he was. I thought he played a really good game despite having 6 goals against. He stayed in it the whole way and kept him in as much as he could.
Yeah, to be honest, out of the 6, I really will only say there's 2 of them that Ayers would want back. I think the other 4, like you point out, were something he couldn't beat himself up on, and I'm always impressed with his composure. I saw him directly after the West game where he was walking out, and it was like nothing happened. He was just happy to move forward. Good picks on each end.
And it's not often that you can look at a game where, you lose by 4 goals and a total of 6 were scored. A lot of times you look in net, and that just wasn't the case this time. Ayers played a great game. And then on the other side, too, Garrett Larson played incredible.
Yeah,
I mean, he was very sound positionally, but with that said, he had a lot of help on defense. His defense is very sound, and not only do they know how to take possession of the puck, but they know how to steer people to the outside.
Without a doubt, he suffers in terms of being picked for the star of the game just because, like you said, his defense is so good and they kept him from having to face as much. Folks, a tough loss for the Panthers, but a fun game. We hope you enjoyed it as much as we did. Thanks for tuning into OCAmedia. For our cameraman and producer, Samuel Bergerman, for Dan Graychuk and Derek Graychuk, my name is Zach Seeloff saying so long, and we will see you next time. Take care, everybody.